What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live watch-along. Champions League Tuesdays are back in full effect, people. Arsenal go to Spain to play against Sevilla, the Europa League winners. It'll be a very difficult game tonight. And listen, it was an interesting weekend, you know, with the 2-2 draw at Chelsea. Some people thought it was a point gained. Some people said it was, 2 points dropped, depending on how you was looking at it. But listen, it's a roller coaster doing watch-alongs for Arsenal, that's for sure. And, it's a lot of people thought this Champions League group would be quite easy, you know, but definitely not. We're going to talk about the starting 11 before anything else, people. And listen, it's an interesting one. Very similar to the team that played against Chelsea. One change to the lineup. Tomiyasu comes in at left back for Zinchenko. Zinchenko drops to the bench. The rest of the 11 is the same, and that means Jorginho continues in midfield for Arsenal. Thomas Partey not in the starting 11, people. Thomas Partey not in the starting 11, and to add to that, Thomas Partey not even on the bench tonight for Arsenal. Thomas Partey not on the bench. How crazy is it? Let me give you the timeline. 2 days ago, Thomas Partey does a baby reveal video. Congratulations, him and his partner. Does a baby reveal. He's having a daughter. And in that video, he had like a little football that was built like a balloon. And he kicks it and it reveals what the baby's going to be, a boy or a girl. People now joking on social media saying he pulled his hamstring kicking that balloon. I mean, listen, it's crazy. Then a story comes out yesterday. Thomas Partey could be sold by Arsenal. Arsenal are getting frustrated with him and they feel he could be sold. 24 hours later, Thomas Partey is out injured. And unable to play. Listen, I've seen the conspiracy theories again. I know people are doing that. Oh, he's not allowed to travel to Spain. Is what it is. But listen, my thing would be this. If you're in October and you think you want to sell him, why did you not sell him in the summer? Surely you had this conversation. We all know Thomas Partey's injury prone. We all know that. So, what is going on with this guy? Seriously, what's happening? I'm fuming. I'm fuming with the whole situation. People saying sell him, no problem. No, I got no problem with that. He's injury prone. He's 30 years of age. Get rid of him. Get him off the wage bill. But we knew the situation in the summer. We needed a midfielder in the summer. Not a replacement. We needed one to add to what we already had. We sold Xhaka. We signed Declan Rice. We needed another midfielder. But we didn't. And now we are where we are. Now, I always have the argument, Jorginho, people go, oh yeah, he's a good squad player. But when a squad player is starting for you consistently, guess what? He's no longer a squad player. He's no longer a squad player. Jorginho is now part of our best midfield. Not best in terms of quality, best in terms of what can we do? Who else do we play? El Neni? I mean, listen, frustration in abundance at this guy. I mean, look, this is a story that Arsenal have put out. Thomas Partey misses out on the Arsenal matchday squad to face Sevilla tonight due to a muscle injury. Now, I've got two things to say about this situation. Number one, we knew Thomas Partey was injury prone in the summer. We knew Thomas Partey was going to be going for 4 weeks in January for AFCON. Even if you're the biggest Thomas Partey fan, and I think Thomas Partey is a top player, by the way, we all know he's injury prone. You know, it's all right having a Lamborghini, but if you can only drive it on a Sunday, what are you going to do for the rest of the week? You're a mess. You're on the bus. You get in the tube. You're on the train. He probably gets injured making his dinner. He's made of glass. You've got to move on. Got to move on from him. Big fan of him. If he's in the team, we're a much better team. The guy's consistently injured. Bin him. Should have binned him 2 months ago. Should have got rid of him in the summer. I know it's easy to say it now, but we all knew the guy was injury prone. I've been saying since last season, Thomas Partey is not somebody you should build your team around, because it's like a chocolate teapot. It's just going to melt. It doesn't even make sense. It's a bonus if he turns up. The fact we're going to go to January, he'll probably have about 10 games under his belt by January. Then he goes AFCON for a month. What's the point? This guy's going to miss half a season. I mean, they said he kicked his balloon gender reveal for his child. I mean, that's probably his grandkid. It was probably his grandkid, the gender reveal. This guy played week in, week out in Spain. He's come to England. Can't get him anywhere near the team. So, listen, it's frustrating. It leaves us in a messy situation because, and listen, I'm just saying it. We're a Declan Rice injury away from an absolute catastrophe in our midfield. We will be Bagel FC if anything happens to Declan Rice. We will look like a bagel. Absolutely nothing in the middle of it. If Declan Rice gets any kind of injury. You cannot win titles, challenge for Champions Leagues, try and win multiple trophies with one top quality centre midfielder available throughout the season, which is Declan Rice. Jorginho's starting again. The argument is, he's a good squad player, but he's starting every week at the moment. So it ain't a squad player. He ain't a squad player. He's our main centre midfielder with Declan Rice right now. So listen, Arsenal, this is what I say, we got to be ruthless. We got to be ruthless. Now, you're going to struggle to sell him in January because he's not available in January. So who's going to want to pay big money for him? Apparently, he didn't want to go to Saudi in the summer. He wants to continue playing in one of the top European leagues. So we may be stuck with him until the summer. So frustrating. I was thinking we're going to see Partey and Rice in midfield today, and we're not. Get me Douglas Luiz, get me Zubimendi. If you can't go and get me go and get me a Barella. But again, and I hate to say it, and you know what I'm going to say, people. 65 million on a Chelsea player in the summer who's on the bench tonight because he hasn't shown anything, when we could have spent 65 million on centre midfielder or, Gravenberch and Maddison cost the same as Kai Havertz. But hey, it is what it is. Listen, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. And listen, the club need to move on from Thomas Partey now. They need to. He's got to go. If he stays until the end of the season, playing when he's available, when he's not, then we've got to be in a position to cope with him. Jorginho is a downgrade on Thomas Partey, and we're in a title race. Can we go into a title race against Manchester City with Jorginho starting on a regular basis? That is my concern. But anyway, listen, this game may suit him a little bit better tonight. I don't know. But Thomas Partey out of the Arsenal squad, injured. In other news, water is wet. It's not a surprise. Thomas Partey being injured is not exactly Sky Sports breaking news. It's regular. Very frustrating. Jorge says, just sell him, man. I'm tired of the injuries. Big up Noonan, who's a new member now. Big up yourself, bro. Appreciate that. E. Ross, been a member for 21 months, said, I'm sick to death hearing about squad players. That's just an excuse to keep mediocrity at the club. It's a bunch of BS. I've never bought into it. I don't buy into it. He's a squad player. But what happens when your first team player gets injured and your squad player's starting every week? Is he good enough? So we'll have to see. We will see. But anyway, let's focus on the game. Forget Thomas Partey. We don't see him most of the time anyway, playing in an Arsenal shirt. So let's move on and let's deal with what's in front of us tonight, people. We do have a big, big game of football tonight. Let's get one thing clear. This is a massive game for Arsenal Football Club. Back in the Champions League after 6.5 years. And we're in a situation tonight, we could be in any one of the 4 positions in the group, depending on how this game goes. A win could put us top, a defeat could put us bottom. You're bottom of the group, we press the panic button. We're top of the group, we could be nearly through. And that's the fine margins of this competition. So the Arsenal team, just to repeat for those of you who've just tuned in, David Raya continues in goal. I didn't expect anything different. I said after the game on Saturday I would have played Ramsdale tonight. Not necessarily because I think Ramsdale is particularly better than Raya. I think they're a very similar level. David Raya, number one, has had his confidence knocked. He's conceding bad goals. Number two, he's being asked to do something he doesn't look comfortable doing. I never saw him making these kind of mistakes when he was playing for Brentford. You know, the pressure, the expectation, how much he's got to get on the ball, maybe pushing him into a situation where he's making mistakes. But the manager made a big call. He's going to look a little bit silly maybe in his eyes if he drops Raya and brings Ramsdale back. So he's going to continue with Raya. Ben White's at right back. Saliba Gabriel. Tomiyasu comes in for Zinchenko. On the preview show, I did say I felt Zinchenko should be dropped. He was so bad against Chelsea. Tomiyasu was much better in the second half. We obviously lose some of the quality on the ball, but defensively, you got a better defender. The midfield, Jorginho, Rice, Odegaard. It wasn't particularly good against Chelsea. I thought Rice second half was really good. First half, he struggled. Odegaard disappeared, and Jorginho was backwards and sideways. So we need more. My only hope with Jorginho is that Champions League, I think, is a little bit slower than the Premier League, more possession-based, and we might get away with it. That's all I can say, get away with it, you know. Hopefully he does all right on the ball. Front three, Saka, Martinelli, Jesus. It's harsh on Trossard because Trossard was fantastic when he came on. But this is Arsenal's front three. If these three are fit, he wants these three to play. I think Trossard's excellent, but this three is the three that he wants. So whether you're Trossard in or not, what I would actually like to see with Arsenal, because I'm not a big fan of the Jorginho thing, I would go back to what he was doing earlier in the season with Rice and then two in front. I would potentially play Rice with Odegaard and then either put Trossard or Smith Rowe in that position that Havertz was playing. That's personally what I'd like to see. Now, maybe away from home in a difficult game, he doesn't trust that. He wants two there. But I thought Rice looked better in the 6 role against Chelsea than he did in the box-to-box role. We need Saka. We need Saka to perform. We need Martinelli to perform. And we need Jesus. I thought all three of them were disappointing on the weekend. Although Martinelli was babysitting in the first half against Chelsea, helping out Zinchenko. The Arsenal bench, Ramsdale, Hein, Cedric, ESR, Zinchenko, Kivior, Fabio Vieira, Trossard, Nelson, and Eddie Nketiah. That is the Arsenal squad. No Thomas Partey, and obviously still no Jurriën Timber. Let's look at the opposition. Sevilla. Currently 13th in the table in Spain. They are not in particularly great form in the league, but they drew 1-1 with Real Madrid at the weekend. Real Madrid are top of the league. So make no mistake about it. We are going into a cauldron. Sevilla at home are not no pushovers, people. They are not. The atmosphere will be loud. It will be difficult. Our team are going to have to stand up and be counted. Sevilla got a 1-1 draw at the weekend with Real Madrid. Rudiger was having a fight with Ramos. Ramos plays now for Sevilla. They racially abused Vinicius Jr. at the weekend, which is disgusting. But am I surprised? No. Will the Spanish Football Federation do anything about it? Probably not. Will UEFA do anything about it? Probably not. But it has to be mentioned, what's going on there, over there. Which is terrible. Let's talk about their team. They got Nyland in goal. Some of these names. Oh, mate, by the way, NBA is back tonight. I'm a massive NBA fan. The late nights. I'm not going to lie. And this is something I'm going to ask the community because I want to start venturing out a little bit. We're going to do our bread and butter, Arsenal football. We might start getting late night NBA watch-alongs, and some other bits and bobs. I'm a massive NBA fan, so yeah. But anyway, I looked at this Sevilla team and I was like, is it 2017? Like, I'm seeing names here that I'm like, I thought we'd been in a time machine. Like, just before I read out the whole team, Rakitic, centre midfield. Like, bro still plays football. I know he's a legend. No disrespect. Rakitic, a serious baller. But, yo, Jesus Navas. I remember going to Wembley, FA Cup semi-final. I think I've told you this story years ago. where when we beat Man City FA Cup semi-final, Alexis Sanchez scored in extra time, and I got a ticket that was in the Manchester City end, and I had an Arsenal shirt underneath my hoodie. Navas was playing right back that day for Man City. Yaya Toure was playing. That brother's a coach. Jesus Navas, Ramos, and Rakitic. Boy, if we can't beat this old team, I don't know what's going off with this team, by the way. But anyway, let me not disrespect them, because these guys will probably roll back the years and deal with us tonight. Yeah, you're right. Alexis Sanchez scoring for Inter Milan tonight is crazy. Jesus Navas at right back. Please, Martinelli, cook this guy. Acuna at left back, very physical. Let me tell you something. This guy has got to be one of the roughest left backs you will find in world football. If ever there was a left back that is going to kick Saka all over the park, it is this guy, Acuna. He is going to 2-foot him tonight. At centre-back, Gudelji and Sergio Ramos. He's another one. He's going to kick someone. There's no doubt about it. Acuna and Ramos are kicking somebody tonight. I'm sorry to say it, but they are. In midfield, Gibril Samare, who used to play for Leicester. So you know him. Rakitic, of course. Acampos, Dodi, and En-Nesyri. En-Nesyri is a live wire. He's a live wire, I can't lie. We've been linked with him in the past. Not the most prolific, but definitely, you're going to get an honest night's work as a centre-back with En-Nesyri up top. That's for sure. He is going to be difficult to play against. So, Sevilla are no pushovers. They're no mugs. And listen, they need to win tonight as well. So they're going to definitely be at us. Alcide said it's his Moroccan brother. Yeah, listen, he's good. Good player, strong. We're going to look at the table as well. On the bench, they've got Suso, Juan, Mir, Diaz, Lamela, Dimitrovic, Gatoni, Pedrosa, Nianzou, Torres, Bade, and Juan. So listen, would you take a draw? I just wouldn't. I refuse to. They're 13th in La Liga. I'm here for the three. I'm here for all three. I know they drew with Real Madrid, but come on. If we got any hopes, you've got to turn up at these places. These are the kind of nights where you've got to show European pedigree. And I just worry sometimes that, because we haven't been in Europe for a while. I would say Sevilla. If you said to me, describe Sevilla, I would say that they're very streetwise. They understand this competition. I know they often go into the Europa League and go and win it. But I'm here for 3 points, man. Our Arsenal team's got to start overcoming barriers, beating Manchester City, going away to difficult games in Europe in tough atmospheres and winning. We didn't deal with Lons. This is going to be more difficult, in my opinion. Alexander said it's unbelievable we haven't sorted a midfield out for the past 15 years. It's crazy. It's absolute. When is the last time Arsenal had a genuine partnership in midfield that you was like, there we go? Last year's was actually one of the best midfields we've had, and that was with Granit Xhaka in it. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. We had Fabregas, who was a world-class player. You had Flamini next to him, who tried his best, but he wasn't good enough. Then you had Santi Cazorla, genius on the ball. Needs an elite holding midfielder. You got Francis Coquelin running around, getting shoulder barged by Hazard, doing backflips. Then you get Thomas Partey, brilliant. Never been injury-prone. Now the guy breaks down every minute. Then you get Declan Rice in. Now Partey's broke down. We're playing Jorginho next to him. Where's the midfield partnership? We just need 2 quality centre mids. Let us build, man. It's crazy. Now we're going to have to sign another midfielder to play next to Declan Rice and go again. But hey, we'll get there eventually, I'm sure. So big up Alexander. Lawrence said, holding you to that. Basketball growth for the channel. Trust me, I love basketball. I love basketball, man. I've been a big basketball fan for a while. Cole said, is Partey not travelling because of the... Well, obviously, people saying the story we was hearing about happened in Spain. Is he allowed to go back to Spain? I don't know. This is the first time we've played there, so they're not going to reveal that if it is, are they? That's the problem. El said, here we go again. Here we go again. It's never straightforward with Arsenal, is it? That's for sure. Dinershen said, Raya plays again, Ramsdale to Chelsea, Sevilla tough. Yeah, I think Ramsdale will leave in the summer. Wouldn't even surprise me if he asked for a move in January, because he's got no chance of starting in the Euros for England unless Pickford gets injured. So he may even put a transfer request in. So and Samara is going to roll the F over Jorginho. Well, they're powerful and they can run. And that troubles Jorginho. Big up Brian, he said, Brooklyn in the house with C Unit. How do we have 2 keepers on the bench? Maybe we're going for our 44 formation tonight. We need a strong backbone to win. I see struggles, but a 2-1 win. Come on, you Gunners. Big up Cruz. Hey, big up Brian. Brooklyn in the building. BK settings. It's going to be a tough night. No one said Champions League was going to be easy. That's for sure. Caleb said, hope all is well, Big C. Let's get this bread. Listen, we need to get this bread. Otherwise, I might have to start learning the words to the Europa League again, or the song, you know. Adiola said, EAFC stream, please, on Twitch. Okay, you know what? I haven't really got into the game yet. I've got it, but I haven't hardly played it. But maybe it's something we can look at. Next international break. So, yeah, I'll definitely look on that. Joe said Navas, 38, Godelj, 32, Ramos, 37, Acuna, 32, Rakitic, 35, and Nyland is 32. If we lose to these old men, forget about it. Cesc, Rice, Vieira would have been the greatest midfield ever, if only. Lightning said, see Unit, big up yourself, bro. Right, we're going to look at a couple things. We've got 25 minutes until kickoff. Yeah, somebody just said there, didn't they, in Super Chat? I think you've got to have 2 goalkeepers on the bench in Europe. So, yeah, Hine and Ramsdale both on the bench. Maybe he'll play one up front, inverted. You never know. Yeah, we're a bunch of babies and they're a bunch of granddads, you know. Big up Jess, who said, big up Curtis, I think we'll win by 1 goal. Who do you... What did he say? Do you think if we don't win tonight, there are questions to be asked? Arteta's judgment and decisions he makes for Arsenal every week and every game. Listen, if you're the manager of Arsenal Football Club, you're always going to be under scrutiny, right? As no disrespect, every manager is in the Premier League, but particularly Arsenal, Manchester United, Liverpool, City, Chelsea. These clubs are under scrutiny every week because they're trying to win trophies. And when you're trying to win trophies, you don't have time for experiments. You don't have time for, years and years without success. You've got to do something. The same pressure that Arsene Wenger was under, and then Emery was under, and now Arteta's under. He needs to, in my opinion, win something this season. He's had a lot of time, a lot of money. We've been through a lot. And he needs to prove that we're improving. Every year you've got to get better. I think the question mark at the moment is, are we better than last season? If you feel the answer is no, then the question is, why are we not better than last season after spending £210 million in the summer? That is the question. Now, at the moment, I think there are a couple of reasons. One is injuries. That is not the manager's fault, right? I take that out of his hands. Timber getting injured, Saka, Martinelli, Jesus have all been injured, Partey's been injured. Cool, take that away from the manager. That's just bad luck, right? But what you can factor at the manager is you can say, okay, you've made a big call with the goalkeeper, right? You made a big call with the goalkeeper. At the moment, that call is not working. Now, we know it may take time for him to settle in, but while he's making those mistakes, could be costly. So we need that to fix itself quickly. And if it doesn't fix itself, is he prepared to say, I got it wrong and put Ramsdale back in goal? That's number one. Second of all, the midfield of any team is the engine room. It's like the engine of a car, because they help the defence and they help create for the attack. Last season, I think Xhaka, Partey and Odegaard was one of the best midfields in this country. I think the only one that was better was Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva, which is why they probably won the title. This season, our midfield has no stability and no fluidity because Rice is playing as a lone 6 with Havertz and Odegaard. That's not working because Havertz isn't performing. Then you're putting Fabio Vieira in there. He has a good game at Everton, then he has a bad game, then he gets dropped, so there's no fluidity there. Then you've gone for the double pivot and put Rice in the box-to-box. You're playing Jorginho as a 6. Done all right in some games, but in other games, He doesn't have the mobility. He's probably at the back end of his career now. So then Rice is playing box to box one week. The next week he's playing as a 6. Odegaard's not performing in some games. And that whole midfield balance is just dysfunctional at the moment and not working properly. Then you've got Jesus. He's not doing, he got injured. Then he scored a couple. You're thinking, here we go. Then he plays right wing. Then he goes up front. Doesn't look like scoring. So he's not firing. Martinelli got injured. He's just coming back in. Not getting a lot of help from Zinchenko. Saka looks knackered. Is he knackered? Is he carrying an injury? So there's loads of little areas of our team that are a little bit up in the air. The goalkeeper's trying to settle in, making mistakes. The midfield keeps changing. No fluidity. The front three have been injured and moving position. So we're not as good. The only place in the Arsenal team that is stable at the moment is the defence. That's the only part of the team that has looked stable because Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel have been fit nearly every game. Zinchenko's played most weeks. He's been dropped because he had a stinker at Stamford Bridge, which I don't have a problem personally with him being dropped. So I'm being serious. It's a good job our back four have done their job this season because I think we could be in a difficult position right now if it wasn't for Saliba and Gabriel and Zinchenko and Ben White and Tomiyasu. So now what we need that front three now to stay fit, start scoring goals, start performing. We need Martin Odegaard to get on the ball. I don't completely buy into this narrative that Odegaard goes missing all the time in big games because he doesn't. He scored at Tottenham away last year. He scored at Newcastle away last year. He scored against Manchester United this year. He's had good games in big games. So we don't just want to throw this narrative that he never turns up in big games. That's false. However, I do buy into the fact that he's got to turn up in more big games, particularly away from home, and especially when it gets physical. I feel, at Anfield against Fabinho, at Chelsea against Caicedo and Gallagher and Fernandes, when it gets a little bit, dirty, I feel like he doesn't like it. But I'm not going to allow the narrative that some of these, pundits say, Odegaard disappears in big games. He doesn't. There's a balance. He's had plenty of good games in big games. But on the flip side, there are a lot of big games as well where you think, I need more. If you're going to be compared to the top attacking midfielders, you've got to grab games by the scruff of the neck. I think the biggest problem with Odegaard reflects the level that Arsenal are playing at. So if Arsenal are having a bad game, I feel like Odegaard will have a bad game. And if Arsenal are playing really well, Odegaard will play really well. And that's the difference between Odegaard and a Kevin De Bruyne. Man City can have a bad game, Kevin De Bruyne will get man of the match because he's a world-class footballer. And when his team's struggling sometimes, he will say, give me the ball, I will sort this out. That's what top players do. Give me the ball, I'll fix this. Some players who aren't quite world-class, they go, I don't like the look of this. We're struggling. The pitch is cutting up. I'm getting crunched. I don't really want the ball. And you reflect the way your team's playing. So that's what Odegaard needs to do. But I do think he hasn't been helped by the midfield. I think he's a better player with Thomas Partey there as well. But Partey, he's a sick note, isn't he? So anyway, there's my little, review of everything going off at the moment with the Arsenal team. Still got nearly 20 minutes till kick-off. By the way, people, thank you to everyone who came in the Bleacher Report stream after the game on Saturday. I'm doing another one tonight. I'll be going live at 10:10 over on Bleacher Report. The link is in the description. So as soon as this stream finishes, click that link. It's on their mobile app. I'll be doing a 20-30 minute analysis of the game. And hopefully we'll be discussing an Arsenal victory. So thank you to everyone who tuned in for that. And hopefully I'll be doing some more work with Bleacher Report moving forward. Kev said, would you change the captain, Curtis? Do you see Arteta doing that mid-season? I actually spoke about that on the Bleacher Report stream that we did. And I said after the game, I thought on Saturday in the second half, we saw the Arsenal captain. And I don't mean that to sound disrespectful to Martin Odegaard, but I thought the Arsenal captain was Declan Rice in that game. Declan Rice had a very poor first half. Very poor. Wasn't good. Gave the ball away. We had that opportunity where he got in the box and gave the ball away. But when he got put in the 6 role, he turned up for the party, people. He put tackles in. He was telling people where to go. He scored a fantastic goal. And as I said on that stream, what I love so much about Declan Rice's goal, number one, the goal is brilliant. People will say, oh, it's an open goal, it's easy. No, he still had to whip that round someone and get it in the corner. It's a brilliant finish. What I loved, and like I said, remember when Giroud scored against Bournemouth and he was doing that scorpion kick celebration? And Alexis Sanchez saying, brother, stop celebrating. It's 2-2. Go and get the ball and get back to the halfway line. Declan Rice whipped it in the bottom corner, ran back to his own half, said, come on. No celebration, no knee slide, no nothing. Get back and let's get the point. I'm not celebrating a goal. And that, I love the mentality. To go back to your question, do I think he will take the armband off Martin Odegaard mid-season? No chance. No chance. I don't think he will. He loves Martin Odegaard. And you do have to be careful of what effect that can have. I think sometimes it can relieve a player of his responsibility. Right, I'm not the captain anymore. I don't have to worry about everyone else. Let me focus on my own game. It might actually help Martin Odegaard. But the flip side, he is probably very proud. He's the captain. And he's probably thinking, if you take the armband off him, it could have a really negative effect on him. So I don't see it happening mid-season. Also, Declan Rice has only just come to the football club. So sometimes you want them to be at the club for a little bit before you just say, here, I'll take the armband. I don't necessarily see Odegaard as a captain, if I'm being totally honest. And I do think he's a very talented footballer, but I would maybe like to see him just concentrate on his own game a little bit. But listen, we'll see. Maybe in the future it happens, but I'm just not sure. Jason said, well, go on, Big C. Big question. Would you sell Partey but only get his replacement in January due to how long it took to sell Partey, or keep an injured Partey with no replacement for him, but we get Tony? The problem you've got now, when you get to a certain level, which I feel we're not far off that now, we're trying to win the league. We're trying to overcome Manchester City. What Arsenal have to be careful of is January signings, where sometimes you see a club sign a player that, without being disrespectful, you see a lot of signings in January where you think that player's not quite at the level they probably would have gone for. But because you've got injuries or something, you sign somebody who's not quite as good. But the problem is you can end up with 5 or 6 players like that in your squad, and then they're not as good as you want. You can't get them off the wage bill. We've seen it before. Look at Wout Weghorst at United. I know he was a loan, but sometimes permanent deals of that level. I think Arsenal need to just say now, anybody we sign needs to be of a certain level. So I would rather sign Ivan Toney than sign an average centre midfielder and replace Thomas Partey. When Partey goes, I want a top quality centre mid to play next to Declan Rice. So go for top quality or don't do it. Don't waste your time. A loan is different. If you can get me a decent loan player, which I see a lot of good players go on loan sometimes in January, then yeah, maybe get a loan. But I don't want to see average players being signed, because you end up stuck with them, with your Cedrics and players like that. You can't get rid of them. We've got enough quality there. Start playing Smith Rowe, give other people a chance. We need a Barella or a Luiz for sure. I would love Barella. Absolutely would love Barella. Let me get into these few super chats. Simon said City spent the same and they are clearly worse. We just need to get Partey fit. Hopefully it's just a minor setback. Listen, the one thing I'll say, it's extremely disappointing that he's injured tonight, because this is a big game. We play Sheffield United at home at the weekend. I think we'll batter them. I'm going to be honest. We then got a big Carabao Cup game next week against West Ham. Let's just get him fit. And when he's available, we hope that he has an impact. Young Gunner said, did you see what Emery said about being sacked? He needed more time. The board didn't give him his players and gave up too quickly. The problem with Emery is a brilliant manager. Make no mistake about it. Is he an elite manager? I'm not so sure, but he's a very, very good manager, right? I would say he's a level below the world-class managers. The problem that he had he didn't get enough time and he didn't get his players. He wanted Zaha, you gave him Pepe. He wanted Fabinho, you got him Torreira. You know, it's like I'm asking you for the ingredients to make something and you've brought me the wrong ingredients, then you're moaning that I can't make it. It doesn't make sense. You didn't give him what he wanted. So I always said he didn't get what he deserved. We got fifth in a Europa League final with him not getting his own players. So what would he have got if you'd have given him his own players? Would have been totally different. However, the problem with him, he'd lost the dressing room. It's easier to sack one manager than sell 10 players. Players were, you know, imitating his voice, taking the mick out of him. He'd lost the dressing room. The owners could see that, and that's the problem. And the reality is the manager will always go before the squad. Now, when you look at Arteta, he was given the time to say, get rid of all of them. Get rid of all of them. All the troublemakers, get rid of all of them. So the only way it would have worked with Emery is if you'd have said, look, we'll give you 3 years and we don't care how bad it gets, how many people want you out, we're going to stick with you. But they didn't, you know, so, and they decided to back Arteta. So I'm not sure. It's interesting. You backed a guy that had never been a manager at any level, but you didn't back the guy that had won 3 or 4 Europa Leagues that had a lot of pedigree. It's really strange, isn't it, that? But, you know, it is what it is. But good question, though. It was clear to see with Emery, he needed his own players. It's funny, though, some bad apples are no longer here. Yeah. George said, love Partey, but got to replace him in the summer. Can't rely on him always injured. The thing is, I don't think Partey will go in January because I don't see somebody buying him in January because 200 grand a week. He's been injured for nearly all this season. And he's going AFCON in January, so you'd be crazy to buy him in January. You wait till the summer, he's got a year left. We're probably going to want to sell him. And you get him on the cheap with a year on his contract. So, yeah, in the summer, I actually think Partey, yeah, his time's up. His time's up this summer. You get as many games as you can out of him this season, and you cut your losses in the summer. You'll probably end up going for peanuts. We'll get hardly any money for him, I reckon. Emery gave debuts to Saka and Martinelli. Both are currently our best players. Listen, I always say one thing about Emery. Emery didn't work at Arsenal in the end, but give him his credit for what he did. He brought them 2 guys through. He signed Saliba as well, by the way. So he definitely deserves credit. It's a shame it didn't work for him, but hey, it is what it is. Vincent said, if Arteta doesn't win tonight, sack him. We need the Champions League. I mean, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We're still in a position where, despite not playing well in the Premier League, we're, second, third in the league. We're only a couple of points off the top. Still got a good chance of qualifying through the Champions League. We're still in the Carabao Cup. FA Cup hasn't started yet. They're not going to sack him. He's not doing enough wrong right now to be sacked. See, Arteta's future is going to depend on the mindset of the owners. It's going to depend on the mindset of the owners. If they are demanding, listen, Mikel, we just give you 105 million for Rice. We give you 65 for Havertz, 40 for Timber. You know, Raya's come in. We want, you better give us a serious title challenge. Or it depends what the demands are. Do you think the Kroenkes are talking like that? I don't think they are. They have shown more ambition and spent more money, but I think as long as we're getting Champions League, they'll be happy. They'll make their money. Big up Caleb, who's a new member. Big up yourself, bro. Vegas Gunner said, Curtis, I have a feeling the club is positioning themselves to sell Partey in January to buy Douglas Luiz. Arteta and Edu usually go for what they know. I suppose the question is this. My theory on Douglas Luiz was El Neni and Jorginho go, and you've got Rice, Luiz, Partey, and maybe another one in the summer. But if you're getting Douglas Luiz to replace Thomas Partey, I'm not actually sure that's good enough. Even though his availability is better, is he actually better than Thomas Partey? I would say he's not. I would say you get Douglas Luiz. If you get Douglas Luiz in January, I would say you keep Partey until the summer. So you got Partey, Rice, and Luiz and Jorginho, and then in the summer you get rid of Jorginho, you get rid of El Neni, and you get rid of Partey, and then you go and get 2 more centre mids. But I don't know. I don't know. Knowing Arsenal, they give Jorginho a new contract, so I wouldn't even be surprised if that happened. Seb said, sorry, Big C, but Emery has won several Europa League trophies. That is an elite achievement. If that's not elite, what will you consider elite? That's an elite achievement. I give you that. But is Emery an elite manager? I consider elite to be Pep Guardiola, Carlo Ancelotti, Jurgen Klopp, prime Mourinho. Maybe not this Mourinho, prime Wenger. That's what I consider the absolute elite of management. And I don't think Emery is in the bracket with those guys. I think he's a top-class manager, not a world-class manager. But listen, the Europa Leagues are an elite achievement. That's for sure. But that would be my explanation of it, bro. Brian said, I just think Arteta wants to win his way. Every great manager has a system, but they can adjust to the players they have. Arteta can't. It's a good point. It is a good point. Mourinho, is he elite? No, but as I said, not now, but he was. Of course he was. He won a Champions League with Porto. You know what I mean? That's bigger than winning a Europa League with Sevilla. Emery needs league titles. Yeah, I don't think he's ever won a league title. And why? I would say if Emery was elite, why is he not? Surely he would have got one of the top jobs in Spain as well if they felt he was an elite manager. I think they see him as a top quality cup manager over there. I don't think he's an elite manager. I really don't. George said, Big C, would you call for the manager's head if we fail to win any trophies this year, but we put on a serious title challenge? It's tough, isn't it? Because we've got no divine right to win the league, because I still don't think we're better than Manchester City. To win the Premier League, Arsenal have to overachieve, in my opinion. I don't think our team or squad or manager is as good as Manchester City. To not win any other trophy when you've got 3 other chances. We haven't won a trophy for 3 years. So I think if you could get a top quality manager, and I mean top quality, then I would definitely be open-minded about it, is what I would say. But you've got to get a better manager then. You can't just get any manager. Get me a top quality manager. If he doesn't win another trophy this year, you'd be talking 4 years, Arsenal, no trophy. £700 million nearly spent. I would say you've had enough time. I would then be saying you've taken us as far as you can. Because I think he's let some of those other trophies go too much. But we'll see. Listen, let's see. Part of it is tonight. Wasim said, just tuning in, I have a feeling that shirt will be getting ripped tonight. Do up the button. Yeah, the button's done. I told you I ain't ripping no shirts, but big up yourself, Wasim. Young Gunner said, call me negative, but I can see the club reaching the Wenger cycle. For 3 or 4 years, I can see us making the Champions League. The owners will see stability and not build. Never reactionary, but we need to level up. Josh Kroenke said the mentality had changed. We want to win titles now. We're not here just to collect money. Let's see. Listen, people, let's focus on tonight. Tonight will tell us a lot already about the direction. This is a massive game. The players are on the pitch. Kickoff is in 5 minutes. Just quickly, 3,250 of you in the chat. We're in subscriber only mode. VIP section only, red carpet business people. Make sure you hit that like button. Let's get at least 2,500, 3,000 likes. It's free. It takes you 2 seconds. Just caress the like button, people. Don't forget, I'll be on the Bleacher Report straight after this game for a 30-minute review. Links in the description. Download the app. Get straight on, and we'll have a conversation after the game. And obviously, subscribe if you haven't already. Just quickly before this game kicks off, we've got a couple of minutes. This is the Champions League group. And as I said, people, we could be 4th, 3rd, 2nd, or 1st, depending on how this game goes. Let's be real. It's not a walk in the park, but if you've got any ambitions of challenging and going deep into the Champions League, you've got to be winning this group. You've got to show some cojones, people, and roll some of these teams over. We're making hard work of it if we don't win tonight, you know? Sevilla have drawn their opening 2 games. They're not playing well in the Champions League music either. Oh, the music's playing. Listen, we get beat tonight. I'm going to have to, make some space on Thursday nights, people. We could be going right back to that Europa League. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be totally honest. I'm not very confident. I'm not very confident. And their teams, they got a bunch of old men in their team. Jesus Navas, Sergio Ramos, Rakitic. I thought Rakitic retired about 5 years ago. He's still playing in midfield. It's crazy. But to be fair, Jorginho's probably slower than Rakitic. It's going to be mad. Dinesh said, Arteta is your Rodgers. Ancelotti wins you Champions League and Prem. Wow. I love Ancelotti. The atmosphere is electric. And my one concern is, can this young group deal with it? Score predictions, people. Give me your score predictions. Sevilla against Arsenal. Big game. Champions League Tuesday. This isn't even the elite bracket yet, people, in the Champions League. Wait until it's Real Madrid's and Bayern Munich's and you got to go to the Allianz Arena. Big up K Hayes. Got the Caribbean rum out, Big C. Wong's going for 3-0. People, when you put the score as well, you need to let me know. Are you saying 2-0 to Arsenal or are you saying 2-0 to Sevilla? Latte, big up yourself. He said, I'll take a draw. I hear you, but I'm being greedy. I'm being greedy. I want 3 points. 2-1 Ryan Martin. Fitz going 3-0. But Dennis 3-1. O'Leary's going 3-2 to Arsenal. Red Eye said we got bigger fish to fry. We're still waiting to see what that fish is. Jeff's going 2-1 Arsenal. Sianda 1-0 to Arsenal. Curtis, guess who turned up in town to give them their first win in the Champions League? Santa FC, I hope not. Cap says 1-1. Richard's going 2-1 Sevilla. Peely says 2-1 to Arsenal. We'll make hard work like impossible work. Brennan says 2-1 to the Gunners. Penalty spot said Curtis, Rakitic versus Jorginho is like a tortoise versus a turtle. It's going to be mad. I'm telling you 2 things. Sergio Ramos and Marcus Acuna, they're going to wipe somebody out tonight. They are 2 of the most aggressive defenders you will see in Europe. We're about to get underway. I'm going to go for a cagey 2-1 win for Arsenal. I'm hoping the age of that old Sevilla team gets the better of them. But here we go. We're underway. David Raya smashes the ball upfield for the Gunners. We're playing in the green kit. Sevilla in white with black socks. Here's Gabriel Martinelli. Nutmegs Jesus Navas. But it's blocked. It goes out for a throw-in right in the corner for Sevilla. We are underway. Must-win game, people. We got to win this. I mean, listen, a draw's not the end of the world. It still gives us an opportunity to play Sevilla at home, play Lens at home, play PSV away. We've got to show a little bit of, that we're capable of playing at this level, But let's see. Come on, you Gunners. We got to go 3-point collecting tonight, that is for sure. Arteta, mate, it's interesting, we are still unbeaten in the Premier League. But obviously we lost. We lost to Lens in our first away game. Here comes Sevilla on their first break of the night. On this left-hand side, Marcus Acuna with a Campos in front of him. Saka. The pitch doesn't look great. I'm not making excuses, by the way, but pitch doesn't look that great. But anyway, is what it is. Dre said, I'm nervous. Big C. MD Artist said 3-1 to Arsenal. Saka, Martinelli and Rice. Sergio Ramos in defence. Big boy player. Is he past his best? He's definitely not at the level he was at Real Madrid, but still a big personality. DJ Ash said, we can't be playing from 75 minutes. We need a good performance. Every match we seem to always have key players out. We never have a full fit squad. The fish are burnt. Finding Nemo, apparently, the fish. We mustn't forget the pitch was wet, says Fraser. No, we can't forget that. It was raining at Stamford Bridge. We couldn't deal with that wet pitch. Here's Marcus Acuna. Finds a Campos. Is that a throw-in to Throw into Arsenal on the halfway line. SB boxing. Need a confident win to bring the confidence up. 100%. We haven't actually played that well this season in many games. That's the crazy thing. I think the best performances, probably PSV at home. I thought we did well away at Bournemouth. At times against Man United. But in general, we haven't been that good. Gabriel Jesus rolling around on the floor again. Ramos, top 10 centre-back of all time. Listen, in this generation, he's one of the best. There's no doubt about it. He's an icon of centre-backs. Dirty player, that's for sure. Very dirty player, but he's a leader. He's proper. Let's do a count on the likes, people. Where we at? People are telling me we're not even on 1,000. Don't do me dirty like that, people. We're a stronger community than that. 900 likes. Come on, that really stinks. We got to be hitting 1,000. We've just kicked off. Why can't Arteta play Zinni in midfield? Yeah, I mean, he does play there for Ukraine. We need to top this group. That's a great point. I'm not trying to finish second and get Bayern Munich over 2 legs. You know, people are Kane's banging goals in left, right, and centre. What was the Bayern Munich score? Bayern Munich beat Galatasaray 3-1. Kane scored 1 goal, 1 assist. Sané and Musiala, I think, got the other 2. Coman and Musiala got the other 2. 3-1. Bayern are top of that group. Man United are playing as well, remember, on the other channel. So if we get a Man United goal, throw it in the comments and we'll go and have a look. Who they got? FC Copenhagen. I'd expect Man United to be beating them, but yeah, Ramos is a top player. Top player. Free kick to Arsenal near the halfway line. East London Gooner, no, Partey not in the squad, apparently out injured. Look where Tomiyasu is. He's basically up front. 3 minutes behind. Big up. Cam said, it's great to see you growing with Bleacher Report. Since I found you a few years ago, I've watched every match review in the community. Feels like a little family. Appreciate all of you. Big up, man. That was always the intention. Community settings, you know, so I appreciate it. Oh, the ball was bouncing around in their area. They've cleared it. Yeah, big up to you, Cam. Appreciate that. Big up, John. Ball over the top, looking for En-Nesyri, David Raya. Oh, yeah, lets it go. I'm nervous at the moment. Jordan was going at UNC unit. I saw it, man. he felt the heat, didn't he, when he was away for that week. The comments, man. Big up Jordan, though. Why is Jesus dropping into midfield? That's what he does, my friend. That's what he does. Ball over the top. Looking for Gabriel Martinelli. It's overhit. It goes out for a throw-in. And Sevilla will get the ball. Jency said, I want to hear the owners pressing on Arteta. I think they told him to bench Kai Havertz, to be honest. He was playing every game. Ball whipped into the area. Ramos. Poor pass there to Samare. Throw into Arsa on the edge of the Sevilla box. Acuna brother moving like the butcher. Yo, he's serious, man. Is that true? It's Martinelli's debut in the Champions League. I've seen a lot of people saying that. Why did I think? I thought he played against PSV, but he didn't, did he? It must have been Trossard. Tomiyasu with the shot, just wide. First shot of the game for Arsenal. Scott says, forever C unit. Big up yourself, bro. A good play there by Tomiyasu. Let the ball run across his body. Tries to drill it near post. Hits the bottles of water at the side of the pitch. It is interesting. Yeah, Gabriel Jesus could do with a goal. Needs a confidence boost. Here is the Sevilla goalkeeper. I'm telling you now, this pitch is not great. It's got loads of dry patches on it. Looks a bit bobbly. It's not the best. Here is Sergio Ramos. Finds Boubakary Samare. Samare's done well for himself there, hasn't he? Got relegated with Leicester. And he ends up in the Champions League with Seville. Not bad at all. Here's Saliba under pressure by Acuna. He has to clear the ball out for a throw. And I tell you something, it is a lively atmosphere in this stadium. Looks full to the rafters. It's always a lively atmosphere. Big up Arinzi, who said, my first watch along. Big up, man. Where you been? That's my question. How come it's your first watch along? What you been doing? Make sure it's not the last one. Big up yourself. In open play, thank you for the super chat. Explain how Thomas Partey was injured, briefly returned for 20 minutes, played for Ghana 2 games, suddenly he's gone, he's unreliable, priorities are wrong. Crazy though, innit? Plays 2 games for Ghana, no injury, comes back to Arsenal training for a week, gets injured. It doesn't make no sense. It really doesn't. Here's David Raya on the ball, which makes me nervous when I say that, but we got away with it there. Here's Tomiyasu, who's playing at left back tonight ahead of Zinchenko. That's a lovely ball into Gabriel Jesus. Martinelli on the overlap. Gabriel Martinelli, 1-on-1 with the keeper. Gabriel Martinelli puts it wide. I mean, he actually hit the shot straight at the goalkeeper. The rebound hit the goalkeeper, hit Martinelli, and then went out. He has to score. Jesus was onside. Good ball by Jesus. Martinelli's onside. He has to score. He's at that Thierry Henry angle. Open up your body and just side foot it into the far corner. He hits it straight at him. Has to score that. The one positive we can take there is they look slow at the back. They look slow there. That was very simple, you know. Ball into Jesus. Martinelli on the overlap. Lays it off to him. Jesus Navas doesn't track him. He has got to score that. Just open up your body. You know the finish. Side foot. Just bend it into that far bottom corner. He just kicks it straight at the goalkeeper's leg. It's not a good finish. It's not a good finish for Martinelli, man. On his Champions League debut, that would have been massive for him. Disappointing. First big chance of the game. Ivan Toney scores that. Yeah, I'd expect him to. I think Trossard probably scores that. I would like to think so. Why didn't he play in Saka? Hybrizoko Badge said, big up Big C and the community. I'm watching the match. Come on, Gabby. Why did you not score that? He could have chipped him as well. The keeper, you know, was there to be... Could have chipped it over him. Bend it in the corner. He just got to score it. Tomiyasu, you're right. That was a great ball. Tomiyasu's been our best attacking threat so far. He had a shot just wide. And he played the ball to Jesus. Sevilla had a little shot there. I mean, it went wide. Soft shot. Crossed in the box. It was flicked wide. Arsenal back underway. David Raya. What I've noticed, Sevilla are not pressing David Raya as much when he's got the ball. Jay Black said it's a good save. I don't think the keeper has to do much. It's not like he's at full stretch. He's just kind of put his leg there and it's just hit his leg. I think Martinelli should score, I'm going to be honest. Ball back to the goalkeeper of Seville. The ball's bouncing. He volleys it upfield. What's his name? Nyland? If Tomiyasu plays well tonight, he can secure his place in the team for a little bit, I think. Sevilla do look slow at the back. Definitely. The real gunner, would you sign Eze to play in midfield or even at Ericsson? I mean, not Ericsson. I like Eze. I'd take Eze. I would take Eze. He's a gooner as well, isn't he? I think Arsenal released him. Eddie would have scored that. He might have. One thing I say about Eddie, when he gets clear-cut chances, he's not bad. But he might not have been there. That's the problem. He definitely wouldn't have passed the ball to Martinelli, that's for sure. Here's Gabriel Jesus on the ball in his midfield role. Here's Martinelli. Hey, big up Cruz in the chat says, come on, Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners. Arsenal in possession. The game's slowing down a bit now. I've got to be honest. Sevilla are not as energetic as I thought they might be. Martinelli does well there. Lovely 1-2. And then loses it. I think because of the age of this Sevilla team, they're not really going to press us the way Chelsea did, you know. Chelsea were high energy, high tempo. Gallagher, Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez. It was all action, all energy. I don't think Sevilla have got that. Like somebody said earlier, I think they've got 5 players over the age of 32 in their team. You know, you ain't going to have players of that age pressing for 90 minutes. So here's Declan Rice on the halfway line. Good ball out wide to Gabriel Jesus. Seems to be everywhere but in the middle. Lons were intense. You're right. They did press us. They had a lot of energy. Listen, I don't want to tempt fate, but the way the game has started, I feel like we can beat them. I think our pace will cause them problems. Tomiyasu there, unlucky, tries to play a through ball to Jesus. It's blocked. He's played really well so far, Tomiyasu. Long ball over the top. Rakitic up against Gabriel. You ain't going to win that battle. Honestly, the pitch is awful. They just zoomed in on it there. It's terrible. It's Tomiyasu, finds Jorginho, who does well there. Zipped in at him. David Raya collects it. Big up Peter. He said, I've been an Arsenal fan for 10 years. Just found your channel this season. Big up from the States. Big up yourself, Pete. Welcome to the community. Better late than never. But big up to you, bro. Tommy is having an excellent game so far. He is inverting a little bit as well. I'm noticing here, when the ball's on the right, Tomiyasu drops central. In fact, he's got the ball here. He's been the best player on the pitch so far. Genuinely has. I like the way we've started this game. I think the Champions League might actually suit us better sometimes. I think it's a bit slower than the Premier League. I don't think the teams around Europe, a lot of them don't press the same way that they do in the Premier League. Arinzi said, big up, Big C. I'm watching from Houston, Texas. Love the Arsenal forever. Big up yourself, bro. Jesus always drifts around the pitch. He does. Ball in behind, looking for Saka. It's overhit. And the goalkeeper collects it. Saka's hardly touched the ball so far. I can't believe how bad this pitch is in the Champions League. It looks really bad. It's cutting up. Jorginho wins the header. It's an inverted pitch, I'm telling you. Ball goes out for a throw into Sevilla. It's raining as well. We know what happened the last time we played in the rain. We didn't enjoy it. Throw into Sevilla. I like the start we've made to the game. I think if we can get on the ball, we can cause them problems. They look quite slow in defence. Saka gives away a free kick there on Gibril. So just in the Arsenal half. It's hammering down with rain. Look at the pitch. It's cutting up all over the place. Big up Gary, who said, big up from Brazil. Big up yourself, bro. They probably did that on purpose. Yeah, a lot of clubs do that. You're playing against a team that wants to pass the ball around. Mash up the pitch. Here's Jorginho. Finds Gabriel. They are pressing David Raya this time. Oh, it's a poor pass by Raya. Looking for Ben White. He gives it straight to Ocampos. Poor. Tries to take on Ben White. Oof. And David Raya clears it. It's raining, so we can't find Odegaard. And Odegaard's just been done there by Samare as well. Rakitic on this left-hand side pings it in. It's a poor pass. Gabriel Martinelli is off on the run. Surely that's a free kick. Surely, ref, that should be a yellow card as well. That's a naughty challenge. Got no drink left. Went to have a drink. I've already drank it all. And the first guy tries to grab him. I mean, it's a tough tackle by Samari. I'm not actually sure Samari's one is the foul. It might be the first guy who's pulling him. Perf Aussie Gunner said, Tommy is better than Zinchenko. 3 a.m. kickoff in Australia. Never missed a game since emigrated 17 years ago. Wow. Listen, man, like I said, when I've been on these tours, I realise the effort that, listen, every football fan puts in effort to watch their team. You're giving up your time, nothing's more important. But some of the, the times, the kickoff times that you have to deal with, living in different parts of the world, no, I respect it. It's serious. If it was like that in England, geez. Oh, Martinelli gives the ball away there. So the ball's hit the ref twice. He's been on the ball more than Odegaard, the referee. Jeez. We've hit 1.1k likes. That's more like it, people. Let's go. Let's try and get close to 2k before half time. Why not? Big up Carl Smithy. Said, big up Curtis. These football streams, my life is tough at the moment. These streams and podcasts keep me going. Love you, man. Hey, big up, bro. Stay strong. Keep your head up, man. Things will improve. And listen, I hope these streams lift your feelings, and information and entertainment is the aim on this channel. So big up yourself, bro. I appreciate you tuning in. Pat said Ben Bleach looking like Robert Downey Jr. He defended like him on Saturday, that's for sure. Hopefully he's better tonight. It's interesting. The two players I haven't really mentioned are Saka and Odegaard. Can't really get on the ball over on this right-hand side, but we've started okay. 17 minutes gone. Real Madrid leading 1-0, apparently. Rodrigo. Listen, we expect Real Madrid to win the group. There's no doubt about that. It's Madrid. Ball's up in the air. Sevilla have the ball back. Here's a Campos on the left-hand side. They're starting to keep the ball a little bit better now. They look like they're settling in a little bit, which is not what we want. But I do feel like we can win the game if we get some of the players on the ball a little bit more. Sergio Ramos finds Samare. He looks very comfortable on the ball. Good tackle, Gabriel. Strong challenge there. But they win the ball back. They're definitely settling into the game a little bit now, which is not good. For those of you just tuned in, I see a few of you asking, Thomas Partey out injured, despite the fact he hasn't kicked a ball for Arsenal for weeks. Apparently got injured in training. Listen, I've always said I think Partey's a quality player, but we can't rely on this guy no more. Here comes Sevilla on the break. Ball whipped into the back post, goes all the way across. Saka under pressure from Acuna. I told you he's going to foul him. Stamped on him straight away. Free kick to Arsenal, edge of the penalty area. Hmm? 10 p.m. kickoff here in Kenya. Yeah, listen, man, the times are mad. Anyone notice on Ramsdale on TV pre-game team sheet? I mean, he is on the bench, Ramsdale, this time. And Raya, I mean, he started the game okay. Gave the ball away once, put us under a bit of pressure. Listen, Carl, I hear you. I think Partey's on his way out. I know sometimes it is what it is, and he's just getting injured. But it's just interesting. Our story comes out yesterday that they're thinking of selling him, and 24 hours later, he's not in the squad, and he's injured in training. I don't know. Sometimes it is exactly what it is, and the guy got injured in training, and there's nothing more to it. But it just feels like all season, he played him at right back. He didn't seem to want to play him in midfield. He's then got injured, and then putting out stories of him leaving. Gabriel Jesus does well there, controls the ball. Jorginho. We've just got to create another chance. We've had the best chance of the game so far. Martinelli should have scored. Was one-on-one with the keeper. Hits it straight at the keeper. Should have just bent it in the far corner. But one thing I will say here, Sevilla are not particularly quick at the back. And I think if we can move the ball quick enough, we can open them up. The problem is, you need the likes of Odegaard to get on the ball. And Odegaard, I've probably hardly mentioned him in this game. I can hardly remember him touching the ball. And Saka's been quiet, which, listen, I said it at the start of the stream. Saka is going to have a long night against that Marcus Acuna. Oh, Raya gives the ball away again, and they're in, and he's had a heavy touch. Now, listen, I'm trying to hold it down here and stay calm about this. I don't care if this guy, if you're signing a guy who supposedly is elite on the ball, I expect you to be elite on the ball. He keeps giving the ball away. He could have cost us a goal there. If Samari controls that properly, he's one-on-one with a goalkeeper. It's only because he had a heavy touch. I don't buy into it. You can't keep doing that. Martinelli does well on the left-hand side. Tomiyasu plays a 1-2. It's cleared, though. They managed to win the ball back. You can't keep doing that, David Raya. It's every game. If Samari has a good touch there, he's on the penalty spot unmarked, hitting it straight at the... Terrible pass. I can't keep excusing it. He's got to do better than that, man. That's the second time in this game. That one could have cost us a goal there. All right, here come Arsenal. Gabriel Jesus in the area. Tries to bend it in the far corner. It's a terrible finish. Kind of sums up how things are going at the moment for Gabby Jesus. He starts it too far wide. It doesn't curl. Listen, as I said, man, I like Gabriel Jesus as a player, but he's got to be a bigger goal threat, man. Even there, I expect him to hit the target. That is terrible from David Raya. They're showing you the replay of that pass, man. That is not good enough. Odegaard has a heavy touch there, loses possession. Got to do better. Got to do better. Listen, and you're right. I agree with you, Perry. He's not picking himself, but we got to ask questions of the manager or the goalkeeper. You're asking him to do something he doesn't look comfortable doing. I think there's a number of factors. I think it's the pressure of playing for a bigger club. Brentford is not Arsenal. The pressure's way bigger. Second of all, he's on the ball a lot more than he is at Brentford because we have more possession and we're using him a lot. It's just too much. He can't keep doing that. I didn't even think Ramsdale was an elite goalkeeper, but he didn't make as many mistakes as this. He just didn't. Sevilla have possession. They go long. Free kick on the halfway line. Gabriel and En-Nesyri, I think they had a clash. Emi Martinez was the one. Oh, he was. But what can we do about it? Keepers are difficult to keep changing. It will affect the back line. I think he will just continue to play him until he plays his way into form, even if it takes a long time. Monty said, facts, Curtis. Brentford have like 40% possession. Yep, a lot less than us. Raya ain't even our keeper. Manzaloni are marginally better than Rambo, maybe. And he's not even showing that at the moment, to be honest. It's called playing out from the back. It will cost us. The thing is, all the best teams want to play out from the back, but your goalkeeper's got to be top quality to do it. You know, your Courtois, your Alissons, your Edisons, they're unbelievable at it. Here comes Sevilla. Sevilla are definitely growing into the game a little bit. That pitch is absolutely terrible. Honestly, it's cutting up all over the place. When they zoom in on it, you can see how bad it is. But this is what you're going to get. Champions League, away from home, lively atmosphere, physical players that we haven't played against that much. What's going on here? They've got another player on the floor now. Jesus Navas, look at him. Nothing wrong with him. Gets up as soon as he realises he ain't getting the free kick. Ramsdale gone in January, said Alex. 30 minutes, clean sheet, let's go, yeah. Here's Acuna, whips the ball in. Saliba clears it. Samari wins it. Come on, listen, I know it's a tough place to go, but you've got Ramos, who's 38 or 37. Samari, who played for Leicester last year. You got Rakitic, who's like 35. I actually thought Rakitic had retired. We got to ask questions. The one time we played a through ball, we got in and got a one-on-one. Alexander said, have we seen a single beautiful performance from Arsenal this season? I think PSV at home was the best performance. After that, probably Bournemouth away. Apart from that, I don't think we've played well for an entire game yet. Man United for parts of the game. But we're not free-flowing. Sevilla on the ball. We've won the ball back. Come on, can we create something? That's a good ball. Into Declan Rice. It's still Declan Rice in the area. Body's in there. Oh, he should have gone across goal. It's cleared for a throw-in. It's a little bit better. We got to ask more questions. Odegaard hardly touched the ball so far. Saka seriously not been in the game yet. Chris said, Big C, real question. Raya been smashing long balls up to a big target man for years. We don't play that way. Why would he be a better fit for us? Well, they still say he's very good on the ball, but I hear you. At Brentford, a lot of the time, he could go straight up to Ivan Toney and say, go and hold the ball up, which he could. We've got Jesus up front, who's like 5'9" or something, so it ain't going to work, is it? I hear you on that. Arsenal win a corner, left-hand side, in swinger. What I will say, I mean, it's better than the Chelsea game in that first half. That game was one of the worst 45 minutes that I'd seen. It seems you only watch Premier League football, says Eddie. No, I don't, my friend. I watch plenty of football. Amaru said, big up the community. Is Saka in the pitch? Just about. In swinging corner, Martinelli to take it. Takes it short. Well worked, Jesus. Oh, my days. I take it all back. Well worked. Jesus should just kick the ball out for a goal kick. I mean, I'm not being funny, right? I'm all for trying different corners and things like that. I get that. You try and trick a team. We've hardly had an attack in this game, apart from the good chance that we had. We get a corner. It's hammering down with rain. You can whip it in, put some pressure on the goalkeeper. You take it short, try and play a 1-2, and you kick it out. And you kick it out for a goal kick. It's just like, come on, it's a waste of time, isn't it? At least on your, one of your first corners, I think you should always put it in the area and try and ask questions. But, he's a forward-thinking manager, and, they don't want to just do simple corners. So it is what it is. Sevilla in possession. This game needs Trossard, said Obi. Here's Samari. Boubakary Samari tries to find En-Nesyri. It's blocked. That was a driving run there. Little Odegaard. Jesus 1-2 with Saka. Needs to get the ball out his feet. We've got some... Martinelli's free at the back post. No, he's been caught. Saka cuts inside. No, Bukayo, use your head. He's 2 yards in front of you. You've shot straight at him. Poor from Saka. Goes past the first defender. Lift your head and pick a pass. The defender's right in front of him and he's shooting. The ball ain't going to go through him. He's not the invisible man. What the hell is that? He's too desperate to score there. Martinelli initially was free at the back post. He didn't see him. They're calling him Sakaka in the chat. Remember the member stream, selling Jesus to Napoli for Osimhen is not a bad idea. Well, they reckon Napoli like Jesus. If you could get Osimhen and Jesus had to go, would you do it? Would you rather sign Tony and add him to Jesus, or would you sacrifice Jesus and money for Osimhen? What'd you do? Osimhen, yeah. Cruz says Osimhen. Jorginho, good ball out wide to Ben White. Come on. We can beat these, I'm telling you. We've just got to move the ball a bit quicker. Need Odegaard, need these guys to get on the ball. Here's Ben White on the halfway line. Sevilla are slow at the back. I'm telling you now, we got to move it. Ben White, overhits the pass. Pitch is wet. As soon as it hits it, it just skids off it and disappears straight through to the goalkeeper. Listen, at the moment, we'd take any of them. We'd take Tony or Osimhen, let's face it. I've always said I don't see us getting Osimhen. I think the numbers are too high. I don't think Arsenal will go to that level. I wish they did, but I just don't see it. Saliba finds David Raya. Gives it to Gabriel. Come on, move the ball. The good thing I will say about this game is there to be won. Away kit or this kit? I mean, I've got this kit, so I'm backing this one, but I never really liked. But Cruz got the away kit, to be honest. Maybe the away kit's more for the youngers, I think they make it look good. Giving away, Jesus tries to find Rice. I don't know what it is. We don't look as enthusiastic and as happy on the pitch. I'd be like, yo, we've waited 6-7 years to get in the Champions League. I want to see a vibrant, happy team, Concept, big up to you, bro. Said no guarantee Osimhen bangs in the Prem. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's no guarantee with any player. Well, there is some, but do you know what I mean? Brio said Raya knows what he's doing. He just knows. I like the nose joke you're doing with him there. Big up, Brio. Alexander, and I read that one. Have we seen a beautiful performance from Arsenal? E. Ross said, boys listening to Wham instead of DMX. I'm telling you, they need to listen to some hardcore hip-hop, man. Come out fired up. Acuna looks like he's going to beat somebody up at left back. Juan said, I know it's early, but I'm losing faith on the season. Oh, Juan. Do you know what it is, Juan? We've got to cling to the fact that we are still in a good position in the league. And Saka has a heavy touch and gets bullied. I told you, these men aren't playing. Look, Saka's in a heap. Gets barged to the floor. To be fair to Sevilla, they kicked the ball out of play. I hope that's not a bad injury because he's holding his leg. Now, he got shoulder barge. Now, my concern here, has he landed awkwardly? Oh. if you look right, the back of his leg looks like it gets caught between. Oh, that doesn't look good, you know. That doesn't look good. Saka, as he lands, it's like his leg gets caught between the legs of the... I mean, Saka being down injured is not breaking news either, is it? It's like when I'm saying that Partey's injured, you almost expect Saka to be down injured as well. While he's down getting treatment for a little bit, I'll quickly check out this Man United game. They're still drawing 0-0. I thought they'd beat Copenhagen quite comfortably. I don't know how that game's going. Copenhagen from Denmark. Yeah, man, it's let's go back anyway. Let's see if Saka's back up. Yeah, he's back up now. He is back up. Eddie and Nketiah's warming up. Smith Rowe's warming up and Trossard. I think he'll be all right. He's just limping. Remember when I said we had a debate about this a while ago, and I'm not just saying this. People were like, "Is Saka world class?" I said, "No, I think it's too early to say that." And people said, "Why don't you think he's world class?" I said, "We got to see him in them trenches. I got to see you in them trenches, bro." And by the trenches, I mean, can you go to tough away Champions League games and do the business? When we was in the running to win the league, last 10 games of the season, probably the last 6-7 games, Saka went quiet. He was brilliant till about April, and then he went quiet. That's what I call the trenches, when it's crunch time, you know? And Saka needs to show that again. And now everybody respects Saka. So Saka's getting doubled up on everywhere now. But the world-class wingers, you double up on Mo Salah, I guarantee he'll probably still score. You double up on Vinicius Jr., he'll rip both of you apart. Double up on Neymar when he was at his best at Barcelona. Don't matter if there's two of you, he'll probably nutmeg the first guy and flick it over the next one's head. That's the level you got to be at when you're world class. You got to know, all right, they're going to double up on me. I'm still going to rip you apart. So Saka for me has still got to get to another level before I'm calling him world class. He's on the road to it, but he's not there yet. Not for me. Yeah, the dinner's getting made, people. You were asked for dinner, they said. Yeah, no haggis. I ain't eating. I don't know about no haggis. Big up Abhinav in the chat. Asfar said, Odegaard is not a captain. Listen, I haven't seen him. Declan Rice gets rolled there by Samari. It's a chance. Edge of the area. Ocampos dinks over the top. It's a poor pass. And David Raya collects it. Listen, Emery, I'm with you. Every Arsenal fan loves Saka. Of course we do. But I'm not just going to say, oh, because you're at Arsenal, you're world class. I don't believe he is yet. I think he can get there, but he's got more. He's got another hurdle to go through for me. King Gunner said, Curtis, do I let the wife watch Big Brother at 9 or do I stick with the game? It's your choice. You got to stick with the game, man. You watch Big Brother on +1 at 10 o'clock. But anyway, let me commentate on the game a little bit more. 10 minutes till half time. It's gone a bit quiet. Big up King Gunner, though. Arsenal in possession. We just haven't done enough in the attacking third to cause problems, really. Declan Rice finds Martinelli, left-hand side. Samari comes across. God, Jorginho was there. See, they're doubling up on him as well. That's why you got to move the ball quickly. Bet we beat Real Madrid, though. Well, listen, I'd be concerned if we was playing Real Madrid, I tell you that. We're struggling to beat Sevilla. Sevilla are 13th in the table. Real Madrid are top. They did draw with Real Madrid at the weekend, though, so they're no pushovers. Declan Rice does well there. Wins the ball back. Here's William Saliba. Driving run. He's got Martinelli on the overlap. Is he offside? I'm not sure. It's not a good ball by Saliba. Martinelli doesn't keep it in. And things like that are totally unacceptable for me. Number one, Saliba, you've took too long to play the pass. He's making the run. Like, give him the ball. The pass to him is awful. And then Martinelli looks like, oh, I can barely be bothered to try and keep the ball in. Even there, Saka's complaining for handball rather than just play on. You don't stop while you're appealing for the handball. You get on with it while you're appealing. Raya does well there. Saliba, love that. Cool as a cucumber. Jorginho finds Rice. Odegaard, the invisible man, says, Mama knows! He really is trick-or-treating again, isn't he? He's dressed up as a ghost. No one can see him. Here's Tomiyasu. Finds Jorginho. Gets the ball out wide to Odegaard. We've got 3-on-1 here. Odegaard finds Ben White. We've played now. It's 3-on-3. We've took too long. It's too predictable. I can't believe how quiet Odegaard's been. I really can't. Here's Saliba. Finds Rice. Someone's got to get on the ball and move it quicker. It's too slow. Saliba finds Odegaard. I mean, Odegaard, man, he played in La Liga. He knows these players. I mean, we've got 7 minutes till half time. If I could summarise, as Jay Dime's asking for the summary, I mean, first 10, 15, we started quite well. We created the best chance of the game, 1-on-1. Gabriel Martinelli hits it, the keeper. And after that, we've been quite tepid. It's the same old Arsenal. Driving run all the way across. Ben White clears it. That was way too easy. That's a foul. Free kick. Martinelli clatters into their player. Gibril So. Ref's calling for attention for both players, I think. And it's a free kick to Sevilla. And I don't want to overreact. But there's something not right about us this season. I know we're still up there in the Premier League, and I know, you know, we can win tonight even though we're not playing well, but I don't think you can maintain not playing well and you end up successful. They say, it's good if you can not play well and still pick up results, but I don't think you can do that over a long period of time. We just look so, rigid. Last season, we were free-flowing. We looked like we could open up any defence. We just look slow now. We get on the ball. Someone stands there. They look for a pass. They play sideways. Jesus is dropping deep. Odegaard's not getting on the ball enough. Saka's not getting involved. It's too slow. You can't play slow football like this and win the big trophies. You've got to be quicker. And I don't get it, because last season we were quick. We were incisive. No Partey, says Andrew. I do think he was instrumental. Partey, Xhaka, Odegaard was our foundation last season. And I'm not a big fan of Granit Xhaka, but sometimes it ain't about having the best players. It's about the best unit. It's a free kick to Sevilla. 5 minutes until half time. It's an away swinger. Rakitic to take it. Whips it into the back post. David Raya collects it. And we're on the break. Lays it off to Jesus. Got no support. I'm not sure you're going to win that race against Samari. If he lifts his head, Saka's in. He gets nailed by Samari. But he does well to win a throw-in in the Sevilla half. Samari looks good, to be fair. Didn't look particularly good at Leicester, but then Leicester are not great. Gilgal TV said, Big C, is it Arteta's fault? Ultimately, the blame will always go back to the manager, because this is his team. I think there's only a few players that he didn't sign. Look at that, throwing Ben White. Jesus gets pulled to the floor. It goes out for a goal kick. It's a waste. You watch Arsenal and you think, we don't look like scoring. Was Granit the linchpin, says Conte? He was part of it. There's no doubt about it. Look at Samari. This guy Samari looks like he's playing like prime Pogba. Looking like Vieira in midfield. Yaya Toure. Omar said, Big C, we all know who your captain is. It's Declan Rice. I think he's the leader without the armband. Arteta has inverted the entire team. I think he has at the moment. Look at this. They're just flicking the ball around the corner. They look calm right now. Brio said our wingers no longer take their man on. I think, first of all, we don't get the ball to the winger quick enough. Second of all, you go and watch Man City. Doku's on the right. The ball gets laid into him. What's the first thing Kyle Walker does? Starts running. Runs around him. Overlaps him. Pulls somebody away. And then Doku goes 1v1. Ben White doesn't overlap Saka that much. And then, yeah, Saka and Martinelli are just isolated. If we don't score with them two, it don't look like we're going to score. Odegaard's not getting on the ball. 3 minutes till half time. Sevilla have the ball. Honestly, you'd be better off watching paint dry than watching this. Marcus Acuna with a long diag. Tomiyasu does well, heads it away. We're genuinely, something I've hardly ever said about Arsenal over the years, we're genuinely boring at the moment. I'm not saying all season we have been, but the last couple games, we are actually boring to watch. Look how slow we play. Ben White, look, stops, not moving. Saliba, stops. Look. Back to Ben White. Walking, lays it into Saka, terrible ball, given away. Honestly, it's a shambles to watch. And this Sevilla team are not even that good. If we move the ball quicker, we could beat them. This is, if you struggle to go to sleep, watch this. You'll be snoozing before half time. It's a foul on Tomiyasu, surely. Referee plays on. 2 minutes till half time. We actually started the game off quite lively and we've just gone quiet again. Samari on the ball for Sevilla. They look the better team now. They're looking comfortable. They haven't really created much, but they certainly don't look uncomfortable against us. Some people said we're winning the Champions League. Oh, mate. That hope here, mate, goes to people's head, don't it? We didn't win the Europa League, so why would anyone think we're going to win the Champions League? Happy I'm not watching this, says FF. Here comes Sevilla. Out wide. Cuts inside. Martinelli forced to defend. This is dangerous. Minute before half time. You do not want to be conceding a goal here. Jesus Navas. Twisting and turning on this terrible pitch. Whips it in. David Raya collects it. Ren said, Curtis, I noticed our first half be like this. We play better second half. Amir Curtis, would you ever dye your hair the same colour as Ben White? Maybe for charity. Kamani said, Curtis, my streams are acting up and these guys ain't it. Commentary from here. Don't worry, man. Commentary will be here. If I don't fall asleep, I'll try and commentate anyway. Here's Declan Rice. We're in the 45th minute. I'm convinced Odegaard hasn't touched the ball more than 3 times. Honestly, I'm not even bantering. Saka's been non-existent. The only time I've seen Saka's when he's been kicked and he's on the floor. This is poor snooze fest, says penalty spot. 4 minutes added on at the end of the first half. Here's Ben White. We play the game like we're 4-0 up and we're waiting for the game to finish. Jorginho gives it away there. Poor pass looking for Odegaard. We're playing like we're 4-0 up and we're just going through the motions. This is a chance. They're in the area. Shot just wide. Sevilla put it just wide. En-Nesyri. Great run through the middle. We need to wake up. Sergio Ramos picking passes. He's probably as old as Arteta. Ocampos finds En-Nesyri. Tomiyasu has been forced to come over from left back. Where's our centre backs? Drills it with his left foot just wide. Horrible to watch. Goal kick to Arsenal. This is just, I don't know what's going on here. I don't get it. I think this team are believing their own hype too much. Beat Manchester City. They thought we'd won the Premier League on the weekend. And came up short against Chelsea. Handball, Saka. Free kick to Sevilla. They need some prime and a Jaffa cake, said well. I'm telling you, bro. Some of that Glowberry prime or something. Odegaard non-existent. Ben White horrendous. Jorginho is a liability. They slow down the game. Jorginho has actually not played that bad, but he just plays too slow and backwards. He really does. And Odegaard, just non-existent. Absolutely non-existent. I mean, he's gone to press Ramos there and he just stuck his arms out like... It's horrible to watch. I don't understand the way we're playing. It's confusing me. It's actually confusing the way we're playing. I think he's got to take people off and change it up. Ben White wins the header there. Minute and a half till half time. Oh, Ben White gets spun. Saka gets nutmegged. It's wild. Ocampos sending man for their dinner. Acuna left hand side. Whips it into the back post over Tomiyasu's head. Samari keeps it in. It's whipped in. Cleared away by Gabriel. Gabriel Jesus. That's a brilliant turn. Gabriel Martinelli 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Surely he scores this time. Martinelli. Yes! Gabriel Martinelli gives Arsenal the lead on his Champions League debut. His first game for Arsenal in the Champions League. Gabriel Martinelli scores. He takes it round the goalkeeper and taps it into the open net. Just as we got hit on the break, we hit them back on the counter-attack. And Gabriel Martinelli gives Arsenal the lead against the run of play. We have not been great, but we will take it. Gabriel Jesus with an elite Cruyff turn. And a lovely goal. He literally, when do you ever get to see that? From the halfway line. I'll delete the tweet that I was about to. Oh, Gabby Jesus. Oh, wow. Wow. First touch. Cruyff turn. Through ball. Martinelli. Ramos was trying to get near him. Takes it round the goalkeeper. And Martinelli scores. Well, I can change what I was going to say at half-time on the tweet, people. Half-time whistle goes. Great finish. First moment of real... Well, I'd say not the first moment because we had the similar link-up before. But Gabriel Martinelli, well, I think did well there, you know, because realistically he could have thought... He could have snatched it. Ramos was catching him up a little bit. He stayed calm, took it round the goalkeeper, and he scores. Lovely goal. Brilliant play, Gabriel Jesus. Maybe he's a better link-up player. You know, maybe he becomes that false nine. Like Bobby Firmino kind of used to play at Liverpool. But, I mean, listen, it does mask over a fairly average first-half performance. Let me delete that tweet. Slow first half. Need to move the ball quicker. Slow. We can score on the break. There we go. Listen, if we win and don't play great, we'll take it at the end of the day. So, Arsenal lead 1-0. Great moment, still a boring half. Yeah, shameless. Listen, if you'd have seen what I was writing, there was about to be a grenade on Twitter, that's for sure. But let's stay calm. Shameless FC, people. Still have to improve, though. Still have to improve. Listen, we're 1-0 up. That's the most important thing. But we need to play better than that. If we're trying to go far in this competition and we're going to go toe-to-toe with much better teams than Sevilla, we've got to learn to put these teams away. They're wide open at the back. They're wide open in defence. Vincent said, I'm sleepy already. You've done well to stay awake after that first half. Marco said the PR around Saka being part of the leadership group is killing me. We need a proper captain. Rice did that single-handedly at West Ham. Yeah, that leadership group is just, I don't know. I don't have a lot of interest in it. Saka is nowhere near a captain. You know, just let him focus on his game. He's got too much power already for a player of his age. Big up Marco. Brio said zero attacking football, claiming it's for control. Yeah, I hear that one. We got to play better. Concept said, Johan Jesus. Oh, my days. Listen, man, that brother, he's in midfield now. He's a DM. James Bond said, get blood clot Jorginho off of this rascal with a bomber clot Odegaard in the game. Yo, Odegaard, I told you, Odegaard is getting into the mood of Halloween, so he's decided to turn into a ghost and disappear for the last 2 games. Babatunde said, slow, sloppy, lacking creativity, but a good goal. Yeah, 100%. Got to do more. Got to do more. We got to play with a bit more intent, you know. We're playing far too slow. Far too slow. What's the scores? Man United still 0-0 half-time. I haven't actually been keeping up to date with any of the other games. Man United is 0-0 at half-time. Bayern Munich beat Galatasaray. And Lens v PSV is 0-0 in our group. Real Madrid beating Braga 1-0. Rodrigo with the goal. Inter won 2-1 earlier. Alexis Sanchez still scoring goals in the Champions League. That's crazy. Made in the favelas. Yeah, man. Brazilian link-up. Man United could go out. They could. They've still got to play Bayern Munich. They've still got to go to Galatasaray. They need to win this. Sevilla will come out all guns blazing. Listen, let's break it down. Let's break it down. We haven't lacked control in that first half. We've lacked intensity. We're playing too slow. I think Sevilla looked there for the taking in defence. They look quite slow. You know, you got Acuna, who's a big guy who gets forward. You got Jesus Navas, who must be 35, 36. You've got Ramos, who's like 37. Do you know what I mean? Their defence is there to be got at. They was on the halfway line for Gabriel Jesus. He turns, simple through ball. When's the last time you saw an Arsenal player get a one-on-one like that with half the pitch? Probably the Man United one, and that's because Man United were attacking at the end of the game. You don't usually see that in the first half of a game when it's 0-0. You know, we should be having a field day against this Sevilla defence. So we can hit them on the break another 1 or 2 times. I think you finish them off. We need to score first in the second half and hopefully finish them off. But listen, we do have to play better. You know, we were way too slow in possession. Melbourne said he can drop Ramsdale, but not ESR or Saka. Cooper says, bless up Curtis and C Unit. Happy to be with everyone. Ash said 1-0 done. I wouldn't say done yet. I really wouldn't. Don Arsenal said I expected more from Sevilla. Yeah, I would have. Maybe it took a lot out of them, that 1-1 draw against Real Madrid. And they got a lot of old players at the end of the day. Never said Ramos and Neves are 37. Rakitic is 35. Do you know what I mean? Penalty spot says should be more gaps second half. Sevilla will have to open up. You're right with that one. For Halloween, Odegaard is going as Havertz. He's doing it well. Bring on El Neni to shore it up, says Cassib. Hey, we're not that desperate. Jesus refining that Lacazette role. It's like a young Lacazette. Come on, Odegaard. Come out now. We've had enough. There's another mistake from Raya. Almost cost us a goal. Yeah. Gave the ball away 3 times. One of them nearly cost us. Casper God. Raya is great. The mistakes makes him stronger. I don't know about that. I'm with you. I want a clean sheet. Definitely want a clean sheet. Listen, I'm not going to say a lot of people online saying about this Thomas Partey thing. Allegedly. I'm not saying it's true, but there are people saying could be to do with Spain. Arteta says he picked up an injury yesterday in training. We don't know the extent of the injury. Listen, they're not going to tell us anyway, are they? I mean, it's very easy to say muscular injury problem. Yeah, it's one of them. It's one of them. We'll never know the truth anyway. Anyway, Alexander, one perspective with Arsenal this season is that we play uglier and are harder to beat. At the moment, we are near the top of the table, let's remember. And I'm with you on that. But my first question would be, can you maintain that over a season? I don't think you can do that for a long period of time. Over 10 games, 12 games, we're not playing very well, but we're still picking up results. I don't think you can do that for a year. Or for a whole Champions League. There's got to be days where we turn up, we look good and we win the game. And we play quicker. But I get you, at the moment, there's no reason to go too crazy about it. But we do need to step it up. Usman said, I hear you are not looking as good as we did last year, but you could look at it as us looking to prevent the burnout in May by playing slower. I mean, I don't know if we're good enough, though, to play slower and continue to win the big games when it becomes more difficult. That would be my question. I think playing quick is one of our biggest strengths. Saka, Martinelli, Jesus, Odegaard joins in. I think that's what makes us such a good team. I think when we play slower, we're not as good. Zamir said, big up Curtis, it's awkward goal, but I take it Arsenal need to do better. The result's more important than the performance. It is, especially in a cup competition, but we would like to see a victory and a performance, wouldn't we, really? Don said, Curtis question, will Arteta change these tactics? I think he'll do the same thing. I think from a manager's point of view, he'll look at it and go, tough game away from home at Sevilla, just drawn with Madrid. We're controlling the game is how he will look at it. And we're 1-0 up and we've had the best chances. That's how he looks at things a lot different. Omid said, Big C as a Madrid fan, I don't see anything wrong in the way Arsenal are doing things. We play similar, not crazy football. As long as you defend well, you always have a chance. Yeah. The thing I would say with Arsenal that's concerning me is I don't think we're creating as many chances. That's the thing that bothers me a little bit. I think we need to create more goal-scoring opportunities. When I watch Madrid, I still feel like they look like they're going to score goals. If you look at the stats, we've had 47% possession. And we've had more shots on target. So I think Arteta will be reasonably pleased. You know, he looks at it a lot different to us. For me, Tommy is man of the match so far. Best player on the pitch, says Marcus. Yep, Tommy Asu's had a really good game. Really good game. George Gunnar just shows you how much important is Partey to our style of play. I think Odegaard is missing someone in the middle that can take the ball, turn and progress forward. All of our midfielders are side playing at the moment. I actually really agree with that. If you look at Jorginho, he'll get the ball, he'll keep it. Even Declan Rice, his first thought is not to play that forward pass. One thing I did like about Thomas Partey's play is he'd get the ball on the half turn and whip it into Odegaard or play it into the striker's feet quickly. Where we don't get that as much with Rice and definitely not with Jorginho. So then Odegaard becomes a bit of a passenger, but what do you do with him? Is the manager going to take Odegaard off earlier in games or not start him because we're not getting him on the ball as much? You know, again, he needs to. That takes a ruthless manager to drop your captain. Penalty spot said, I think Tomiyasu is playing more like Zinni, something Tierney couldn't do, sadly. Yeah, because we're noticing that Tomiyasu is even inverting into the midfield as well. Miss said, I'd like to see Trossard replace Odegaard in Cam. I think he could play there for us. I definitely think he could. And I think the thing with Trossard, he's a very good dribbler. He can shoot with both feet, you know. So I think he could do well there. But Omid said Partey is an underrated passer. I think people have to understand, if you play for years in midfield, in a Diego Simeone midfield, you're going to be able to pass the ball well. You have to. And I think his passing is very underrated. I really do. Alex said, who's current favourite Arsenal player? I said, for me, my favourite Arsenal player is so difficult because it would be between Saliba, Rice, Martinelli, Saka. My favourite's probably Martinelli. Probably Martinelli. I don't know what it is about him. I just think he's going to be a superstar. But listen, it's nice that we have that issue that we have to pick between a number of players. Because in years gone by, it would have been like, yeah, Alexis Sanchez or Ozil, no one else. Or Aubameyang, no one else. At least we've got 5 or 6 players now that you could pick. No, Eddie, come on. No, not quite, I'm afraid. Get Rex says Martinelli, Rice, Saliba. Bosch J said Martinelli and Saliba. Odegaard hasn't played well since the contract. And they all threw that at other players, you know. Martinelli and Saliba. Starboy Saka is already a superstar. Well, I think he's got to keep going. You're not there yet, you know. Trophy cabinet needs more trophies in it. In order for you to do that, you've got to continue to perform for us. Kimani said, I don't have a favourite since Aubameyang. That was the end of your individual favourites, yeah? Ben White is a B, said Ramazan. Alex said Saka, Martinelli, Saliba in that order. Saka being poor. It's been quiet. Saka and Odegaard are a concern tonight. Why are they not getting on the ball? I've hardly seen these guys touch the ball. Martinelli gets a goal tonight, gets forward, you see. He's not babysitting. He's not on babysitting duties with Zinchenko. He's actually got Tomiyasu defending properly behind him. Anyway, people, it's half time. I'm going to check where we're at on the like count. The players are coming back on the pitch. Can't see any substitutions. 4.5k in the chat. We're on 1.4k likes. We're aiming for 3k. Let's get that to 2k before kickoff. Just quickly smash that like button while we're here. Subscribe if you haven't already. Obviously, all you guys are subscribers because we're on subscriber only mode. So welcome. Your VIP section, of course, people. So really appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. That goal was made in Brazil. Gabriel Jesus finds Gabriel Martinelli. First game, which I honestly didn't know. It's his first game in the Champions League for Arsenal, as he didn't play the first couple games, obviously, through injury. So apparently Amrabat's been dragged off at half-time for Man United, which they're not happy about. Second half's about to get underway. Sevilla to kick off. Big half for Arsenal, this. We need to get the job done. And Sevilla, get us underway. I did predict 2-1, but I would be disappointed if we conceded against these. I've got to be honest. Young Gunner said, I have 2 words. Emi Martinez. David Recoil is sus. Yeah, Emi was the one, man. Emi was the one. Sniper scope. Every time I got a player's name on the shirt, they leave. I know that feeling, bro. I know that feeling. Elliot said, I'll be back in Blight for my cousin's wedding in December. Hope you'll be around for the home Brighton match. Yeah, give us a shout, bro. Give us a shout. Big up yourself. Mark said, hit the like button. Here we go. We're underway. Tomiyasu had a really good first half. Finds Martinelli left-hand side on this pitch, which is awful. Martinelli with a long pass there. It's given away. It's not a good pass. More of a hit and hope pass than a certified pass. Ocampos loses out there. Odegaard, come on. We need you involved. Ben White. Saka does well. Good little triangle there. Oh, lovely, lovely. He should have given that back to Odegaard there, Jesus. Saka, Ben White on the overlap. We've got movement. Odegaard on his right foot. Shots blocked. Never really looked like he believed he was going to smash that in with his right foot from the edge of the penalty area. Still have the ball. Martinelli, left-hand side. 1-2 with Saka. Martinelli tries to whip it in. This could be a chance. Declan Rice has a heavy touch. Manages to keep it. We've started the game well, and then Ben White smashes it over the bar. I don't think he made the right decision there, hitting that. I think he should have started again, but maybe, you know, he got a bit excited. He wanted to score. Gabriel Martinelli has now scored on his first start in the Champions League, Europa League, Premier League, and League Cup. That is some record, that. He loves a debut goal for the Gunners, Gabriel Martinelli. Yo, he's a star, man. I'm telling you, this guy's serious. When Klopp said that boy's special, he wasn't wrong, I'm telling you. Guy's a top quality player. Ball over the top, comes out. Martin Odegaard puts it over. What a chance. Gabriel Jesus. The ball deflected its way to Martin Odegaard. Martinelli wins the ball back. Jesus tries to flick it over the keeper. Odegaard, he's got to do better. He's got to, a player of his ability. I'm expecting you to hit the target there, man. Got to hit the target. It's a good chance. On his left foot as well. Got to hit the target. Could have been 2-0. That's what I'm saying. They're there to be finished and get the game won. Martinelli's having a good game now. Here comes Sevilla, though. Yeah, I'll give them confidence, you see. You've got to go 2-3-0 up. Jesus Navas. Goes by. Tomiyasu, deflection, goes out for a corner. We got to be careful, man. We got to be careful. Brossard would have scored that. Should have been a Yeboah crossbar and in. Havertz scores that. I don't know, maybe. How many times have you seen Martin skyrocket shots over the bar? I mean, I used to be quite happy with his shooting, but it's something... I don't know, he doesn't look as confident at the moment. Corner to Sevilla. We got to be careful. Rakitic whips it in. It's cleared. And it goes out. Is that a goal kick? Yep, goal kick to Arsenal. We got Omar in the chat. Yeah, we've got to manage the game. Manage the game. Slow it down a bit when you have to. Win your headers. And try and score when you get an opportunity to hit them on the break. We need to get Saka and Odegaard on the ball. They're so quiet. Here is Odegaard, just as I said that. Keeps possession. They're trying to press us a little bit now. David Raya on the ball, which makes me nervous, but that's a great ball, to be fair. Tomiyasu, what the hell is that? Martinelli does well. This is a chance. Jesus, great turn. Should have gone the other way. Skips Ramos. Pass it. Don't get carried away. This is a chance for Arsenal. Odegaard finds Saka. Edge of the penalty area. Odegaard gets on the overlap. Whipped in. Jesus goes up for the header. Keeper collects it. We didn't make the most of it. I think Jesus went the wrong way there. Should have gone to his right. He went to his left. I think what you can see what the team want Gabriel Jesus to be. You know, drop off their centre-back. Get the ball. Get on the turn. And then go and link with your two wingers and Odegaard. But I just think sometimes you actually want Jesus in the penalty area or shooting as well. We need the second goal. I feel this game's there to be won. Odegaard gives the ball away. It's not happening for him tonight. It's really not happening for him. You would have thought he'd be really fired up for this as well. Obviously, he played for Real Madrid, played for Real Sociedad. I'm sure he's had plenty of games against Sevilla. Big up Jonathan, who said, big up Curtis, watching live from Kenya. Gunners for life. Big up you, bro. Penalty spot said, that's where you need a striker like Ivan Toney. No aerial threat. Ball was whipped in. You know, Jesus didn't look like he was going to win the ball. I've never been happy with Odegaard shooting. To be honest, lacks power in his shot. I think his shooting's all right, you know, just, I don't know. I think his confidence is a little bit low at the moment. United are being battered. Is it still 0-0? I've seen people saying in the comments United were poor first half. I think Amrabat got dragged at half time. Big up to everyone still locked in. 3.6k tuned in. Thank you very much. Substitutes warming up for Sevilla now. They're probably going to make changes. Yeah, Lamela, a few others on the bench. Here's Tomiyasu. See, look at Tomiyasu there. He's running forward. Jesus is actually behind him. He's not even in front of him. So when he looks up to pass, he hasn't even got a striker to pass to. Tomiyasu gets tackled there. Zinchenko's playing assistant manager on the touchline there. Tomiyasu's had a good game. Big C, I don't understand. We're in subscriber mode. Why can't everyone hit the like button? Hey, that's the question I'm asking. 3.6k in the chat. We should have 3.6k likes. Relaxing said, big up Curtis. We met in New York at the fan event. Say hello to Kelechi and the team. Big up yourself, bro. That was a great tour. Here's David Raya on the ball. Big up Tokyo Goon. I'm very happy for my countryman's performance. He's playing well, Tommy. Ramos goes up. Ball in the air. Come on. Declan Rice finds We need movement. Look at Jesus. First action is to go wide. He shouldn't want the ball wide there. He should be making a run. Here he is, though. Twisting and turning. Oh! Gabriel Jesus. Hey, I'm going to be quiet. Shush. Shush, Curtis. Relax. Relax. Have faith. What a goal that is from Gabriel Jesus. I'm not saying anything else. That is an outstanding finish. You go wide if that's what you're going to do, my friend. What a goal from Gabriel Jesus. Sometimes you just have to applaud people. That is brilliant. That's what we need. You go wide. What do I know? That is a brilliant goal. He needed that. Always rated him. We don't need Ivan Toney. What a goal. I'm looking at Declan Rice. I'm like, make a run through the middle. He runs wide into the left wing position. Declan Rice does well. He pulls the player away to give him that space. Cuts inside. Oh, what a goal that is. That is outstanding. Far corner. Jesus Navas. Can't keep up. What a goal. 1 goal, 1 assist. That is outstanding. And he enjoyed that. You can tell the way they celebrated. Yeah. Don't listen to me, people. What's he doing running out wide? Get in the box. Oh, top corner. Okay, relax. Relax. R1 settings on FIFA, that one, people. Finesse. Far top bins. Listen, he will know. He will have read the criticism. Hey, CNC, did I actually say that? Don't go out wide. I might have to edit that bit after. Commentator's curse. Commentator's curse. I love Gabby. Once he unlocks that finish, he's world class. That's brilliant. 1 goal, 1 assist. That's what we need. His confidence is high now. Jesus and Martinelli should swap positions. Could be. Could be. Brazil settings, man. Come on, let's make a statement now. I want 3 or 4-0. Here's Saka. I'm sure he wants to get involved. Goes past the defender. He's brought down. Is he going to get a penalty? Referee says no. He wins the ball. Could have been free if we'd have got the penalty there. Don't worry, Curtis. We were this. Hey, top of the group. Oh, PSV winning. People saying PSV are winning. Are they? I don't know if they're at home. PSV are 1-0 up. They're away in Lens. Bakayoko. Still bothers me that we lost that game to Lens. But yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good for the comments. For the group. Declan Rice. Martinelli's made the run. Here's Declan Rice. Finds Martinelli. Oh, he should have maybe passed it earlier. Here's Saka. Come on, shoot. Odegaard. What is that? That's a pass back. Put your foot through the ball, man. How have we not created a better chance there? Odegaard side footing it. Drill the ball, bro. You can't side foot that. Yeah, I guess that's why he goes wide. Did he win the ball there, Campos, or was that a penalty? I can't tell from that angle. Or does he kick his leg? Then I don't know if are they doing a VAR check? No, they're making 3 changes. Do you think that was a penalty, people? I actually couldn't see from the angle I saw that replay. A lot of you saying, how is that not a pen? I don't know if it's even being checked. Substitution. Lamella comes on for Dodi. Former Tottenham. Boo. Tottenham reject. Whoa, whoa. Not a pen, apparently. What are Man United getting on? It's a free kick here on the halfway line in this game. I don't know what's happened there. Have United scored? Rashford's in. 1-on-1 in the replay. Oh, he's had a... Oh, God. His first touch went out for a goal kick. That reminds me of old school Theo Walcott. Arsenal will be top of the group and 2 points clear if PSV win, and they are winning. So far, it is a great night for us. Arsenal lead 2-0. Gabriel Martinelli with the first goal. Gabriel Jesus with the second. And what a goal from Gabriel Jesus in the top corner. And because PSV are beating Lens 1-0, it will take us to the top of the group, which is great news. Still a long way to go. Cross. Tomiyasu blocks it. It's a corner to Sevilla. Matomi said, Big C, I don't know about you guys, but these recent Odegaard performances are stressing me out. It's difficult to understand why he's playing like this. I'm trying to figure it out. Corner to Sevilla. Away swinger. Let's keep a clean sheet, man. Don't concede. Free header, they've scored. Commentators curse. I need to stop talking. I say, what's he doing out wide? He puts it top corner. I say, don't concede. We concede. Free header. Goodelge. That defending is absolutely shocking. How can you be unmarked from a corner? I never understand this. Mark a player and stick with him. Who's marking him? Martin Odegaard's got his back to... It's not Odegaard's, man. I think it's Gabriel Jesus. It's Jesus. He doesn't... And he jumps in front of him. I need to just mute myself for the rest of this game. Jesus on the wrong side of him. He's in front of him. You can't win a header behind him, bro. It's basically a free header. But, you know, that's their centre-back winning a header against our striker who's 5'9". So why is he even marking him? Nemanja Goodelge. You don't put your 5'9" striker against their tall centre-back. It ain't going to work. 2-1. Clean sheet out the window. I was about to start relaxing, thinking we might have this game in the bag. But Arsenal don't like doing anything straightforward. Poor goal to concede, man. Shocking. 2-1. Now you've given them hope. The crowd's getting noisy. Ah, dear. So frustrated with that. Corner to Arsenal, though, in swinger. Hopefully we can score from a corner. Let's see if we get an unmarked header. Martinelli whips it into the back post. Oh, it's flicked away, and could be a head injury there. Oh, he's all right, I think. Gabriel Magalhaes looked like he headed the back of Samari's head. I think he's gone out for a corner on the other side. Corner to Arsenal. Ah, damn. I'm so frustrated that we conceded that goal. Jesus marking a 6'3" centre-back. It's crazy, isn't it? Corner to Arsenal. Saka whips it into the back post. That is a terrible corner. Puts out for a goal kick. Usually, when you mark from a corner, you try and go height for height. You know, you don't want your small player marking their tall player. It just doesn't make sense. 2-1 Real Madrid, apparently. You don't need to ask who scored. He scores every game. Jude Bellingham. 2-1 against Braga. Arsenal have the ball. Jorginho. Odegaard. Genuinely, I think Odegaard might have to come off. He's just non-existent. He's jogging around, but he ain't affecting the game. Saka skips the defender. Acuna. He'll kick him. If he's rugby tackled him. This guy is genuinely one of the most aggressive fullbacks. Ramos is squaring up to the linesman. Acuna's going mad. Saka's on the floor. Acuna just grabbed him and pulled him down to the floor, and yet he's complaining. What are you complaining about, bro? You're pulling him there. You're pulling him there. You've pulled him down. It's a free kick. Good crossing position for Arsenal, this, if they can put a decent ball in. Game's in the balance now. We need a third goal. 2-1, I do not feel comfortable. Saka has not been on the ball enough. Odegaard's been almost non-existent. Acuna, yeah, he looks like a Tevez cousin or something. Concept said, finally, Joga Benito has arrived. Jesus versus Jesus for the second goal, says Brio. In-swinging free kick. Saka to take it. Can we score from a set piece now? Whips it in. Keeper punches it away. Goes out for a corner. Surely he should have caught that. Doesn't look comfortable. See, now, the next cross, put it on him. He should be catching that. Punches it. Doesn't even make a good connection. Goes out for a corner. Come on, Arsenal. Havertz on the... Is Havertz? Did I not put... Yeah, Partey's out. Partey's out. He's injured. In swinging corner. Martinelli whips into the back post. It's up in the air. It's cleared. And Navas clears it. Saka's got a bit of pace, man. Somebody said there, Saka's got no pace. Good block there by Gabriel Magalhaes. Throw into Sevilla in their own half. Did I not put Havertz on the... I haven't put Havertz on the bench. He is on the bench, so forgive me on that. I will edit it and put him there. Sevilla on the ball. Tomiyasu's had a good game. Decker's done all right. He's done well winning the ball. I'd like to see a bit more with him on the ball. Samari dinks it to the back post. That's handball. That's handball. Oh, what a save onto the... Why? Yeah, he's give it. He's give it. They've hit the ball, but it was handball. I don't know why the ref took so long to give that instead of causing the issue by playing on. Right, am I going to squeeze Havertz on this bench? Because there's no real space. Do you know what? I'm just going to leave him off. Let's just leave him off. I don't want to mess it all up. But yeah, shot there, handball. That's a good save by Raya. I know it was off. You know, it wouldn't have counted, but still a good... Oh, Lons have equalised. Damn. That would still put us... Lons will be on 5. PSV will be on 2. We're still top. We're still top. We just don't want Lons to win. We don't want them to win. 1-1. Come on. We're getting a bit sloppy on the ball now. We should have finished them off already. There's no way we should have conceded a goal. Not a chance. Come on, he said, Havertz is an eyesore. Let's just pretend he's not there. Here's Martinelli, left-hand side. Does well there. Him and Gabriel Jesus. Well, I was going to say they're linking up well, and then Jesus gives the ball away. Jesus Navas should not be coping with Martinelli. You know, he's about 15 years older than him. Here's Odegaard. Bullied. He's rolling around the floor. Get him off, honestly. He's having that bad a game, I'd rather bring Havertz on for him. Genuinely. Non-existent. Absolutely non-existent. Rolling around the floor, getting beat up. Here comes Sevilla. I'm nervous now. 25 minutes to go. Ball whipped into the back post. Goes up for it. They're going for a bicycle kick. Oh, he puts it wide. Jesus. Ocampos trying to do bicycle kicks. At the back post, he was unmarked. Nobody marking him. And he puts it wide. Tomiyasu's had a good game. We've played all right. Like, I mean, the keeper's made some mistakes, giving the ball away. The two centre-backs have been fine. Tomiyasu's done well. Jesus gets bullied to the floor. Long ball. Header up in the air. It's a chance for Sevilla. Bicycle kick again. Oh, it's blocked. David Raya comes out to get it. Kick the ball. Does well. Goes out for a goal kick. Little push in the back there by the striker. David Raya actually doesn't look that tall. Their striker's taller than our goalkeeper, which is mad. Get ESR on. Yeah, man. Definitely I would take... I'd take Odegaard off, man. He's ineffective. Wow, we got to be careful, man. We got to be very careful. Yeah, we do lose Tomiyasu in January. We'll be going to the Asia Cup. I would imagine... I mean, they're appealing for a penalty, actually. What's going on here? David Raya's 6 foot. See, 6 foot tall is quite small for a goalkeeper. In the Premier League, especially. Odegaard. Not doing enough. We've got to get him on the ball more. David Raya with a goal kick. 24 minutes to go. Jesus flicks it in the air. It's bouncing. Come on, man. Jorginho with a high foot. He's got a yellow card. He's caught him in the face. How much contact, I don't know, but he's milking it. And Naziri. Yellow card for Jorginho. So now you've got Jorginho in the 6 role and he can't make a tackle. So for me, you've got to take Jorginho off the pitch. Because if you've got a 6 who's slow, who can't make a challenge now because he'll probably get sent off if he mistimes it, you might as well take him off. Put Declan Rice in the 6 role and put ESR or Trossard in midfield or do something else. Even El Neni under these circumstances. Kamani said Reina would argue with that. Yeah, Pepe Reina was quality, and I know he wasn't that big in terms of height. We've made this game an unnecessary struggle. We was 2-0 up in total control. And now, because of a stupid goal we conceded from a corner, now we're under pressure. 23 minutes to go. Momentum has definitely shifted. Definitely shifted. They're keeping the ball more than us now. This is where you look at the manager, though, and go, 22 minutes to go. You kept talking about squad depth. You've got loads of, well, you've got some squad depth that you can bring on there. ESR, Trossard. Here's a Campos. Great tackle, Martinelli. Should have passed it, though. That's the only thing with Martinelli. He's done really well to get the ball there. And he's just ran into someone when he could have passed it. Al said that's not a yellow. Jorginho leaves it to Declan Rice. There we go. Get driving. What a run by Declan Rice. Find Saka. Come on, cut inside. Bend it in. Oh, Bakayo, you've had a shocker, mate. Declan Rice just ran 60 yards. Lays it off to Saka. Saka's offside. You're having a stinker, mate. You're having an absolute stinker. Odegaard and Saka, they are genuinely trick-or-treating tonight because they've ghosted. They've disappeared. I don't know what's wrong with them. Saka again. The defender's a yard in front of you and you're just blasting the ball at him. Like, is the guy going to just go invisible and the ball's going to go for him? What the hell's he doing? Take him off. I don't care how big his reputation is. Drag him. You're still a young player. You're not an absolute world beater yet, mate. Get him off. I'd rather bring Nelson on, bring Trossard on. He's playing awful. And Odegaard, he might as well not be on the pitch. Kai Havertz is coming on. There we go. I don't know how I feel about that, but to be fair, Odegaard's playing so bad. Jorginho might have to come off, though, because he's on a yellow card and I just don't trust him. Saka finds Odegaard. He has a bad touch. Jesus. Odegaard. Can he rescue something? Gets bullied. Just get up and stop embarrassing yourself. You're meant to be the Arsenal captain, mate. You've done more rolling around on the floor. He's done nothing. Done absolutely nothing. Jorginho or Odegaard off. And then get Saka off as well, because he's done nothing. But we know Saka will never be dragged off. Corner, Mariano. Oh, that's the guy who used to play for Real Madrid, right? Weak, soft, brother, soft. Too weak, man. This is Champions League. This ain't for babies. You know what I mean? The man's like, oh, ref, he fouled me. Can I get a free kick? The ref's telling him to get up. It's embarrassing. Can't be the Arsenal captain rolling around like that. Some soft little shoulder botch. Now it's a corner to Seville. We conceded from the last corner. In swinger, it's high. It's good header, Gabriel. That's what we need. Go and dominate and win the ball. Eric said Odegaard might be down due to Norway being eliminated from the Euros. No excuse, but it could explain the lack of performance. Eric, do you know why I don't give him that? Because even before the international break, there was some games I was like, he's not doing enough. I'm not being funny, no disrespect. Norway are not consistent qualifiers of major tournaments. So it's not like he's used to qualifying. They usually don't qualify anyway. Man United have scored 1-0. I don't know who the scorer is. Let us know, people. Tomiyasu's down holding his leg. Arteta's arguing with the fourth official. Who scored for... who was it? Maguire, you're joking. Harry Maguire, of all people. Must have been a header. Straight off the slab. Ball whipped in. Ericsson. He's onside, I think. They're doing a VAR check to see if he's off. That's a great ball. Straight off the slab. Maguire, man, the resurrection. I'm telling you, the fridge has come back to life. Who's getting dragged? Martin Odegaard. Listen, do you know what? Fair play. Fair play to Arteta. Get him off. Get him off. Odegaard, non-existent. He's dragged him. Gabriel Jesus getting the armband. Kai Havertz coming on. I'll tell you something. I'm actually happy that Havertz is coming on for Martin Odegaard. That's how little he's done in this game. That's how little he's done. And you know my feelings on Kai Havertz. I'm actually happy that Kai Havertz is coming on. So you can imagine how ineffective Odegaard has been. Oof, long ball into the Arsenal area. Goes out for a goal kick. 18 minutes to go, people. Noonan said doesn't play next game now. But the thing is, Sheffield United at home, he's going to look like a dream. Don't you worry about that. We'll have 65, 70% possession. We'll be creating chances all over the place. He'll look amazing on Saturday against Sheffield United. I've got no doubt. If you get a bit of sunshine out as well, he's going to be unbelievable. Let the sun shine, let the sun shine. You remember them old school tunes there? Labyrinth. He just needs the sun shining and he's a great player. Solar guard. I told you he was solar panelled. It's too dark in this stadium. He can't do anything. But he'll look great on Saturday against Sheffield United. He'll look like Mesut Ozil. But listen, 17 minutes to go. Sevilla are growing into the game, which is worrying. Here's Acuna, left-hand side, whips into the back post. Raya punches it away. Jorginho clears it, but their striker was offside, so we get a free kick in our own half. He never plays well with J20. Sorry, I missed that comment. I think I missed the end of it. Take Saka off next, said Anaban. Get him off, man. Listen, we all love Saka, but I don't love the way he's playing tonight. Yeah, I don't know if Acuna's intimidating him or what. But he don't look like he wants it. Like check. Right, let's do the like check. 16 minutes to go. We got, what, over 4,000 people in. Should easily be getting close to 3,000 likes. Right, we're at 1.9k likes. It's decent. We get past 2k before the end of the game. 16 minutes to go. And since we scored, we haven't really done much. Ben White barged him there, but the referee says play on. I think this referee's been all right. I'm going to be honest. He's let quite a lot flow, which you don't get that often in the Champions League. Usually they give a lot of soft free kicks. He's telling players to get up and everything. So, oh, ball in behind. Saliba's giving him a nudge. There's no way that's a penalty. What? Oh, he's booking their player for diving. Well, I told you. I said it. That was good timing. I've said Lamella as well. Former Tottenham scumbag. Cheat. Look at him. Oh, BA. Look at the state of him. Typical Tottenham. Proper cheating behaviour. I told you this ref was good. Ref's had a very good game. I thought Saliba had tripped him, but he took a dive. World Order said, let the sun shine. Let it shine. Come on, man. You know about them Labyrinth tunes back in the day. He's a cheat and a disgrace, in the words of Ty. Ball over the top. Jesus can't get it. Goes straight through to their goalkeeper. We've hardly had the ball since we scored. It's crazy. What we got left? 14 minutes to go plus time added on. Will Havertz get involved? Ball over the top. Saliba. Oh, he's too good, man. He's too good. Turns, passes it, gets us up the pitch. And then Ben White gives it away. I'm not sure Ben White's played that well tonight, to be honest. Since the blonde hair, you're right, yeah. It's ruined him. There's a blondie, he's been shocking. I'd rather have Pat Butcher at right back than him, the way he's playing. Here's Saka, right-hand side. Can he do something? Whips it in. And that sums up his performance. He's been awful. He's been absolutely awful. We all love Saka, mate, but I'm sorry, you shouldn't let him get away with that performance. To me, you need to let him know that that's not good enough and take him off. You need to. He's not playing well. He's crossed the ball there and just put it out for a goal kick. Sevilla on the attack. Jorginho out of position. Samare runs. Oh, this is a bit good tackle, Saliba again. They've still got the ball, though. They're putting crosses in now. They've got a bit of height in there. Navas goes past Martinelli. I don't think so, mate. Oh, he whips it in, though. Flicked away, Saliba. Saka keeps it in. We're under pressure. We are under pressure. And Kai Havertz is down on the floor now. Yeah, the ref's been really good. Ramos at centre-back, the legend. Saka wanted the glories being selfish. Yeah, he's shooting when it's not even on. We need one more. If we get one more, we can calm, you know. But at 2-1, it's nerve-wracking. Substitution. Juan comes on for... I don't know who came off. Jesus Navas, former Manchester City player. Ryan said, I'm a new sub. Loving the honest commentary. Big up yourself, bro. He said, Dark Arts Ramos. Listen, man, he's the master of it, isn't he? He's one of the best at it. Somehow, Ramos is like one of the dirtiest players you've ever seen. But he had a class about him as well, you know. Ramos, great player. 4K watching, only 2K likes. We're halfway there, people. Meet me halfway. We need 2 more K likes and we're there. 12 minutes to go. Hasn't been the best of games, but the win is what's needed. Through ball, good tackle, Tomiyasu. He's had a very good game, he has. Saka finds Gabriel Jesus. Havertz, move, man. You stood next to him. Need you to make a run. Jesus down on the floor. This isn't good. I hope that's cramp and not an injury. It looks like he's holding his hamstring as well, by the way. He's holding his hamstring. I really hope that is cramp and he hasn't tweaked a hammy, because that means Eddie and Ketty are up front and none of us are prepared for that. Jesus down on the floor holding his hamstring. He's coming off. He's off. Eddie's putting his shirt on, so maybe it is an injury. Ball came into him. I don't know what he's done there. It always is them innocuous ones, though, where... Is it there where he's stamped? I don't know. That does not look good. I really hope that he's off straight away. Armband's off. Eddie's coming on. The only thing I would say is he's not walking like anything major's wrong with him. So I'm going to say it's just cramp. 10 minutes to go, people. Buy a damn striker, exactly. Eddie and Nketiah against Sergio Ramos. What a day. Although he is limping a little bit. He's shaking his head as well. That's worrying me. I really hope that's cramp. Eddie coming on. Trossard's coming on as well. Get Saka off. Don't bottle it and take Martinelli off. Saka's off. There we go. Saka off and Jesus off. Eddie comes on and Trossard comes on. That doesn't look good for Gabriel Jesus. Why do we always get injuries? Eddie's on. We need to see this game out. 9 minutes to go. I think there'll be quite a lot of time added on. Yeah, it's Beverly Hills Cop time. Dun 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 dun. Do do do. Axel Foley. We need Foley to put in a performance for us, people. So Timber injured, Partey injured. Now Jesus might be injured. Hopefully it's just a bit of cramp. Listen, just make sure we win this game. Trossard defends well there. Tomiyasu clears it. Here's Eddie and Nketiah finds Declan Rice. Gets the ball. Oh, the ball went. We had a great counter-attack on there. Ball got caught between them both. Lamella chips it over the top. Terrible ball. Typical Tottenham. And it's collected by David Raya. Sing-along ting. You know, there's always a couple songs in the sing-along, man. Information and entertainment. You know how it goes. I can't believe he took Saka off. Fair play to him. He needed to come off as well. Doesn't look sharp. I don't know if it's fatigue or he's just not at it at the moment. Here's Ben White. Martinelli's gone to the right. Trossard on the left. There's Havertz. Jorginho finds Eddie Nketiah. Keep the ball moving. Tomiyasu out wide to Trossard. That's what we got to do. Keep the ball a little bit. Trossard goes to the byline on his left foot. That's blocked. Goes out for a corner. Well done. Slow the game down. Slow the game down. Saka needed to come off, man. Get me Ivan. Tony says, Cooper, I'm tired of not having a proper striker. Does our team only eat beans on toast? It looks like it the way they're breaking down. They need some more. They need some better food in their diet. Bare injuries. Trossard to take the corner. Seville fans are moaning the ball's not in the triangle. Come on, let's score. I'm going for Gabriel header. Whipped in by Trossard. Oh, what? He gave a free kick before he even got there. Man, I say, when am I releasing the calendar? Hey, listen, man. We're all right now, people. No calendars coming out. If inflation gets real, then you don't know. We might have to. Oh, dear. Foley is bang average. It's not his fault he gets picked. It's not. It's definitely not. 6 minutes to go, people. Come on. NBA season starts tonight, people. Tonight. Is it Nuggets against the Lakers, right? Tonight, first game. Tribe said Tomiyasu is my man of the match. That guy D, 4.1k in the chat. Keep smashing the likes up to 3k. Subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget, I'm going live at 10 past 10 for a 20-30 minute roundup on Bleacher Report. The link is in the description below. Go and download the app and come and join me after the game. I'll do a short review at the end of this game as well. I am going to maybe start doing NBA streams, but just not this one tonight. I wasn't prepared for it. Golden State versus Suns. Is that the first game? Why did I think it was Denver Nuggets against... Let's have a look. NBA fixtures. Oh, yeah. Nuggets-Lakers is the first game. That's at 12:30. And then it's Warriors against Suns at 3 a.m. It's underway, man. Underway. Bleacher Report can wait. No, definitely. Don't worry. Don't worry. But, you know, if you want a bit more. But Curtis, you are in subscriber-only mode. Yeah, but that's only if you... only to put comments, you know. Only for the comments. Long ball. 5 minutes to go. See out the game, boys. We haven't created a chance for ages. Gabriel wins the tackle. Goes through to the Sevilla goalkeeper. Martin said he's a Bucks fan. Can't wait for Dame. Yeah, that's a cheat code, man. Lillard and Giannis is madness. Let's see this game out. Would be a massive win. 100%. Still 1-1, I believe, in the game between Lens and PSV, which will mean if Arsenal win this game, they'll be top of the group, which I think psychologically is very important to us. So Sevilla have the ball. Gabriel Jesus, man of the match. I think you would have to. And it's funny because in the first half, I was frustrated with him at times for dropping too deep. But you look at the assist and you look at the finish. There's no doubt, mate. You're man of the match, 9 out of 10. So, but anyway, ball down the sides. Here's Lamella. Declan Rice, great tackle. He's had a very good second half, Decker's. Gone on some great runs. Eddie Nketiah gets weights to the floor there. They win the ball back. It's going to be a nervy 4 minutes. I've got a feeling there's going to be a lot of time added on as well. Because we've had a couple of players down injured. Ariel said Martinelli, man of the match. Not for me. 2-1, 1 goal, 1 assist. And the goal and assist were brilliant. I got to go Gabriel Jesus. Man. The goal was too good. SS said, big up the stream, Curtis. Big up yourself. Jude said, bring on earpod, Albert. 3 minutes to go, people. Sevilla dominating possession. Arsenal struggling to get up the pitch. We've got a front three now of Havertz, Trossard, and Nketiah. Oh, and Martinelli as well. Ball whipped in. Gabriel slices his clearance up in the air. He manages to get it at the second attempt. Ball out wide, they'll cross it in. It's whipped in, cleared by Jorginho. His clearance is up in the air. Header at goal, David Raya manages to collect it. Take your time, lay on the ball, and relax. Them clearances have got to be better than that. You can't be slicing the ball in the air. Jorginho has got the armband on. Something about that just makes me feel uncomfortable. But hey, it is what it is. Just get the 3 points and get out of there. Temp said Tomiyasu, man of the match. Penalty spot, Cream always rises to the top. Clearly Rice does too. Yeah. Ball out wide. Oh, he has a heavy touch. It goes out for a throw into Arsenal, which I'm very happy with that. Did Martinelli come off? I was just looking there. I thought, has Martinelli come off? I think he did come off. Did I miss that? No, Martinelli's still on the pitch. Yeah, he is still on the pitch. I thought he'd come off there when I seen that. Here's Havertz. Come on, do something, fella. Plays it to Ben White. Yeah, he's on the right wing. I didn't realise. I forgot there. I thought he'd come off. Oh, Jorginho gives it away. It's a terrible pass. And the ball's gone out for a throw, and he's got to do better than that. Jorginho as Arsenal captain, that just, I feel a bit like, yo, man, you was a Chelsea boy. You shouldn't be wearing the armband. Kivior's coming on. He's coming on to do what Rob Holding used to do, you know, last 2 minutes. Slap him at centre-back. Oh, yeah, I've just seen that, hey, Cruz. Joel Embiid could be going New York Knicks. It's a good signing for them. Philly are going to fall apart. Harden's going to leave and Embiid leave. They'll be finished. Here's Eddie Nketiah. He's been bullied. And he's given away a free kick. Now he's on the floor. Yeah, I can't believe Jorginho. Yeah, not my captain, I can't lie. Not my captain. But listen, let's just win the game. Trossard tracking back there. Sevilla have the ball. It's going to be a nervy minute plus whatever's added on. Ocampos. Tomiyasu forcing him sidewards. Kivior about to come on. Do the Rob Holding role. Is the Kiwi ripe, Linda? That's what we want to know. Kamani said Knicks finally get a top player. It's about time, innit? Who was the last one? Carmelo? Patrick Ewing with the sweaty forehead. Here comes Sevilla. 1-2. Good header, Tomiyasu. Declan Rice, look at him. Strong, strong. Don't do anything stupid. I was just bigging you up. He clears it. Oh, did that go out of play? Come on, react. 6 minutes added on, people. 6 minutes added on. I did predict 2-1 as well. I said a nervy 2-1. Should have bet on it. Gamble away, though, people. Here is Sevilla whip the ball in the box. The header goes just wide. Jeez. That was nerve-wracking. Rakitic. Arsenal make a change. Martinelli comes off for Kivior. Well done, Gabby. This is Champions League debut, people. And he got the first goal of the night. Took it round the goalkeeper. Slotted it into the empty net. And that definitely got proceedings underway. Good performance. Half ripe. A bit more ripening to go. I would say. It's not ripe yet. The Knicks are like the Arsenal of the NBA. Now, we need to be better than what the Knicks have been in recent years. That's for sure. I had a pair of Patrick Ewing trainers back in the day. Patrick Ewing, yardman. Jamaican born. Exactly. Stackademics knows. Listen, we got 5 minutes to go. Who's telling you all there was Embiid to Knicks lies? Well, I saw it on a few NBA pages that they're in negotiations. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. We got 4.5 minutes to go. Sevilla dominating possession. Arsenal with all their players behind the ball. It's really important that we win this game. A draw would not be good enough. Ball down the line into the penalty area. Well done. Excellent defending by Gabriel Magalhaes. He tells David Raya, come off your line and collect it. And he does collect it. George said, looking how Rice is playing and knowing how Partey can play, if only the two were playing in a double pivot. Can you imagine how solid our midfield would be? How long is he going to be out for? Thomas Partey out with another injury. Raya goes long. Declan Rice wins the header. Here's Trossard. He's under pressure here. Oh, I love that. Love that, Trossard. Deckers. Finds Havertz. Keep the ball. Less than 4 minutes to go. Here's Kai Havertz. Jorginho, keep the ball, keep the ball. Nick, come on, mate. No fake scores. Tomiyasu's had a good game. Just as I say that, he loses the ball. Jorginho's claiming he was fouled there. Referee says no. Throw into Sevilla. PSV Lens has finished. Big up to Greg. That's a great result for Arsenal. That means a win here will put Arsenal top of the Champions League group and 2 points clear of Lens as well. So this would be massive. Sevilla have the ball. Sergio Ramos driving into midfield. 3 minutes to go. We're 3 minutes into the 6 of time added on. Sevilla have the ball. All the Arsenal players behind the ball. They don't want to clip it long, but I think they're going to have to. Ball out wide. I think we got to get out a little bit further than that. Acuna whips into the area. It's flicked on at the near post. Cleared by Tomiyasu. They have the ball back again. I think sometimes it's dangerous to just sit on the edge of your penalty area and invite crosses into the box. I would always encourage you to get out a little bit and try and get forward. Havertz pulls his shirt there. They continue with the ball. This is going to be 6 minutes of Sevilla against us. It doesn't look like we're even trying to attack. They have the ball, Samore. They don't want to just clip it in, do they? They're really trying to work it. They've got down the right-hand side, up against Trossard. Cuts inside, Trossard, ball whipped in. David Raya! Oh my days, he's got away with one. He tries to palm the ball away. It hits his arm and floats over his own crossbar. If that ball went in the back of the net, the laptop might have gone out the window. David Raya, you are one lucky boy, mate, because that was terrible. He should have punched it away. He tried to palm it. I can't believe it. It goes out for a corner. What is he doing? Corner's whipped in. The goalkeeper's up. Their goalkeeper's up. It's been flicked away. Shoots. It's blocked. Can we get a goal with the keeper out? Eddie Nketiah, left-hand side. The goalkeeper's not in. He's ran away. He's going to get fouled, and Eddie ends up fouling him. Don't foul him, Eddie. He's running towards his own goal. What are you doing? You force him back. He grabs him. Sevilla have the ball right-hand side. Minute and 10 seconds to go. Ball down the sides. Declan Rice. Superb Deckers. My captain, that. He should have the armband. He clears it. Minute to go. Unbelievable. I can't believe Eddie fouled him. Acuna whips it in. That should go out. And Raya does catch it this time. Finally. Minute to go. Can you believe it? There's a VAR check in the Man United game. Copenhagen have got a penalty in the 95th minute against Manchester United. I can't watch it right now. I'm having to concentrate on this. Declan Rice, superb again. 30 seconds to go, people, in this Arsenal game. Havertz goes up for the header, doesn't win it. Eddie doesn't get there. Long ball over the top. Saliba does well. What a player. Cool as you like. Jorginho, love that. 15 seconds to go. Havertz finds Eddie Nketiah. Just hit the corner. Just hit the corner flag. You don't need to do anything. The game's done. The game should be over. Win a throw-in. Oh, there's a throw-in. Throw-in to Sevilla. The 6 minutes are up. Blow your whistle, ref. Blow your whistle. Penalty to Copenhagen against Manchester United. I've had to turn over. I'm sorry. I've got to turn over. Penalty to Copenhagen. Here we go. In the 96th minute, Onana could make himself a hero. He saved it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Copenhagen missed a penalty. And at the other end, oh my God, Sevilla nearly had a chance at the back post. Wow. Ocampos back post. Heavy first touch. Slices it wide. It was a bit of a tight angle anyway. Full-time whistle goes, people. Full-time whistle goes for Arsenal. Big win for the Gunners. Big win for the Gunners. 2-1. Game over. Onana saves a 96th minute penalty for Manchester United against Copenhagen. How lucky are they? But they needed that. Arsenal have won. Big and important result for Arsenal. Performance, not amazing. The result was vital. Absolutely vital. And listen, make no mistake about it, that is a vital victory for Arsenal. I want to shout out a few players for Arsenal. Gabriel Jesus, I was critical of him at times during this game, but the assist was brilliant. The goal was even better. And I think, that is a massive confidence boost for him. Declan Rice, warrior in the middle of midfield, never stops running. What a player. Jorginho played better in the second half, gave the ball away a couple of times though. I thought the two centre-backs did well. I thought Gabriel and Saliba were rock solid. Ben White was okay. I thought Tomiyasu had a really, really good game. Really impressed with him. For me, he continues at left-back this weekend. I know it's Sheffield United and we might have more of the ball, but Tomiyasu plays ahead of Zinchenko. And Gabriel Martinelli, Champions League debut, scores a goal, does really well, and really pleased for him in that game. Declan Rice, though, man, he's just a soldier. You need players like that in your team that just run, put tackles in, do the dirty work, and allow us to play further up the pitch. I thought Tomiyasu, Declan Rice, and Gabriel Jesus were the standout three for me. But definitely a special shout out to Martinelli. Gabriel Jesus' goal was fantastic. Raya, listen, let's get one thing clear. We won the game today, but David Raya was poor again. David Raya was poor. It didn't cost us a goal, but he was poor. He's trying his best to lose the game for us. He's punching the ball backwards. He's shaky as anything, man. I'm sorry, and I'm not a big fan of Ramsdale. I'm not even the biggest Ramsdale fan, but I never seen Ramsdale playing like this. Making 2-3 errors every game. Odegaard. He's in full Halloween mode at the moment. He's trick-or-treating. He's turned into a ghost and disappeared. I don't know where Odegaard is right now. Fair play to Arteta. I'm going to give Arteta some credit. He dragged Odegaard. Dragged him. He dragged Saka. Saka was poor. Saka was being selfish. Getting in good positions where he can cross the ball and shoot him when it's not on. I didn't like that from Saka. You're not that player. I feel like one thing that's great about Saka, he knows when to pick the pass. But, listen, let's look at it as a positive. We won the game. All that mattered tonight was winning. I've got to be honest. And we needed to win that game. We're top of the group, which is excellent. PSV and Lens drew 1-1, which was fantastic. So the win puts us top of the group. Let's have a little look at the Champions League group, actually, and see how it's going. Man United fans very happy, of course. Onana saves a 96th minute penalty that would have made it 1-1 against FC Copenhagen. So that might be a springboard to start his career. Harry Maguire with the winning goal of all people. There's the Champions League group. Group B, Arsenal, top of the group, which is brilliant. 3 games, 2 wins, 1 defeat. Still disappointed we lost, but hey, it is what it is. Teething problems and all that. I feel a lot more comfortable. I always thought Sevilla away was the toughest game of the group. Our next Champions League game is Sevilla at home. Having watched them tonight, I think we beat them at the Emirates. I really was surprised how little they offered. They put a lot of crosses in. They're tenacious, but they lack pace. They're slow. They've got 5 players who are in their mid-30s, and I think they can be hit on the break. I think at the Emirates will be a little bit more free-flowing. I think we would cause them a lot more problems. So listen, performance, not perfect. First half, I thought we were sluggish. Second half, after we conceded, again, we kind of took our foot off the gas a little bit. But yeah, I did just see that with Declan Rice. And then he came on like laughing, and Rice didn't look like he was laughing. Does he feel like he's doing too much work? I don't know. He's probably running more for us than he did for West Ham, because West Ham, he was in a double pivot with Souček. Souček's a very hard-working player as well. But we're top of the group. Listen, we'll review the game more tomorrow, of course. Man of the match for me, I'll go Gabriel Jesus, because ultimately this game hinged on the 2 goals. Jesus' assist was fantastic, and the goal was even better. I think And his confidence has been low. He's been criticised. We're talking about everyone saying we need another striker. Rightly so. I still want another striker. But I think that assist, that goal will do him the world of good. We've got Sheffield United at home on Saturday. I would like to think we could win that game comfortably and boost his confidence as well. Listen, Tomiyasu or him, I'm totally fine with. You know, Tomiyasu had a really good game. And listen, defends a lot better than Zinchenko does. So listen, Tomiyasu, Gabriel Jesus, Declan Rice, any one of those three, I'm totally fine with that. Concept said training on a car park will do that to you. Yeah, injuries galore for Arsenal. George said, oh yeah, you said that. Alexander said, I used to be a huge fan of Philly back in the days. Allen Iverson, what a player he was. You remind me of him. The Cane Rose, yeah? Cruz loves Allen Iverson, by the way. He's got the Philly jersey with Iverson. Josh Miller said, Jesus deserved a shout-out. Tomiyasu should start. He has to start on the weekend. Toby said, Saka poor, Odegaard poor, Raya poor, Ben White poor. I thought those were the poor four, should we say. I totally agree with that. Odegaard was just not in the game. Saka was a little bit selfish. Ben White was a little bit shaky at times, and Raya, listen, he made a couple of good saves, but you're making too many mistakes during the game. He's just lucky that we weren't punished. Because, you know, at the end, he palms it over his own goal. I think he was trying to palm it away, and it like hit his arm and went backwards. Earl said he's just won £50 on the game. Hey, respect it. Inflation is real, man. Win that money where you have to. Eddie came on and was poor. Gave away a stupid foul. It just, oh, man. He's just not good enough. Havertz did nothing as well, really. A couple 5-yard passes, nothing else. That guy D said, the community is righteous here. Respect to Curtis and the legends in the chat. Always a pleasure. Thank you very much for tuning in. Absolute legends, each and every one of you. I'm just checking the like count as of now. We're on 2.2k. Let's nick that up to 3k if we can. Brio said we are too dependent on Rice and he's just got here. Maybe he's not enjoying having such heavy responsibility on his shoulders. He looks like he has to run a marathon every game for us. Listen, I'll be back tomorrow, people, 4 p.m. 4 p.m. tomorrow, slightly later, to review the game, press conference reaction, man of the match vote and all that. If you want to continue the conversation, I will be going live on Bleacher Report in about 6 minutes' time. The link is in the description. Click the link, download the app, come on there. I'll be on there for about 20 minutes to half an hour. Thank you very much to the GOATed community for your support as always. You always interact and, you know, make it a pleasure to do these watch-alongs. It was a good night for Arsenal. Performance, okay. Result, vital. 2-1 win away at Sevilla. Gabriel Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus were top of the group. We play Sevilla again in the next Champions League game at home, and hopefully we can secure qualification and win the group. Big up everyone tuning in. Hit the likes on the way out, and I will see you all tomorrow, people. Bless.